27 days until the National Football League draft. And how you doing, Big Sales? Super Chats go to the top. We tell you this all the time. Thank you guys for coming aboard. 27 days until the National Football League will have one of its greatest events. Non-contact, by the way. Non-contact. And you're still going to generate nearly 25 million people to watch that thing. And hear a guy say, hey, we're going to draft Billy Bob Smith from Nowhere University in the 5th round, and everyone at a bar is going to cheer. It's one of the greatest bar events of all time, the NFL draft. It's a 3-day event. And it, again, shows you the National Football League and how they have their finger on the pulse of everything that goes on sports-wise, even with the NCAA tournament, even with Major League Baseball, and starting it up and getting the Philly season going, getting the rest of the baseball season going. Make no mistake, one of the greatest weeks in all of sports is opening day of Major League Baseball. I don't really like how they spread it out, though. It used to be back in the day when I was a kid. It was Cubs and Cardinals April 6th, and that's how you opened it up. Or it was like, it was Cardinals and Phillies, or it was like Cubs and Mets, or Cubs and Phillies. It used to be like that, right? Not so much anymore, but hey, end of the day, still Major League Baseball, and I grew up a baseball fan. So do me a favor, hit the like button. Supers go to the top, and boy, again, the team that continues to deliver every single day has to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Really does. Has to be, without a doubt, one of the only teams that delivers content each and every single day. Yes, we're going to get to this. Daff, appreciate you doing it, bro. Big sales of how he can pull off a Garrett trade. Does that effectively destroy Patriots from getting AJ? How you doing, my friend? I salute you and Zander. Thank you. No. How would that have any effect? Get this. Well, oh, I see what you're... No. Well, wait a minute. Actually, Daff, if you want Myles Garrett and you want to... That's a great take. And we're going to start with that. And I think you just hit on something. Okay? I think that is a great take by you right now. I wasn't even thinking this. How about this, Daff? Let's just say the Browns want 3 ones for Myles Garrett. You trade A.J. Brown post June 1 to the Patriots. Only cost you 2 ones. It covers one of the 2. It covers one of the first-round picks. And you might be able to trade out of 23 down and create another first-rounder the following year. Follow me here, guys. Think about this move here. Hey, all of you, tell me if this makes sense. M. Reyes, even our detractors. Say they want 3 ones for Myles Garrett. Obviously, you would do this post June 1, right? You can't do it pre, because the salary cap hit for the Browns would be enormous. Post at $17 million. So you really can't do it at the trading deadline. You're going to have to make this deal post June 1. Here, let me get the number just to be sure, because we don't want to say anything. Trading of Myles Garrett cap hits. Okay. Here you go. Following a March 2006 restructuring, Myles Garrett trade can become more feasible with a potential pre-June 1 trade triggering a $41 million dead cap hit for Cleveland, down from 70. The restructuring deal allows the Browns to split the dead money over 26 and 27. So you could spread that $70 million over 2 years if a trade after June 1, while reducing the salary cap. Get this, the cap hit is $9.14 million. Very doable. Very doable. So, if you are the Browns, you're not going anywhere this year with Myles Garrett. Follow me here. Post June 1, the Eagles and say it's a 3-year deal you got on, or it's a 3 first-round deal on the table for Myles Garrett. You tell me if this makes sense. 3 first-rounders, Howie's on the table for. Okay? In this April draft coming up, you trade down from 23 and out of the first round to acquire another first-round pick next year, which gives you 2 first-round picks next year. You trade out. You get multiple 2s, and the following year, you get 2 first-round picks. You'll have your own, and you'll have the Browns. You'll have 2. No, you have New England's. You'll have 2 first-round picks in 2027. Okay? My friends, that means it only costs you, theoretically, it'll cost you 1 first-round pick, not your own. It'll cost you only 1. If you sent him post-June 1, AJ, to New England for a 1, next year you'll have 2 first-round picks. Nobody said he's taking a fucking year off. You're not taking a year off, dude, when you're acquiring Myles Garrett. Nobody in the NFL draft coming up in the next 2, folks, nobody in the next 2 years, nobody in the next 3 years is going to equal the talent level of Myles Garrett coming out of college. Nobody. Not one person. Nobody's taking a freaking year off. How are you taking a year off when you acquire Myles Garrett? It takes a year off. Get this, guy. There's nobody in the next 3 drafts that will equal anything you'll ever do by acquiring a talent of Myles Garrett. Nobody. Bailey has the potential to be the next Myles Garrett. You're high. Sills, the only issue with that is that this 2026 draft is thin. It's hard to believe that a team would give up a 27 first for any player available at pick number 23. Oh, I think so. When you go and you need a quarterback, and Ty Simpson's the outlier. Bro, stop talking to me about dumb college. And by the way, you're not even in the conversation for Bailey. What are you bringing Bailey up for? You think you're landing on Bailey? He's the second player taken. You're not landing on Bailey. It's a moot conversation. Seal's got a point. If we're in win mode now, why not swing for the superstar? Think about this, guys. You get Myles Garrett, you're never drafting a guy in the next 3 years. No matter what this guy John thinks, he ain't getting a second pick in the draft to go get Bailey from Texas Tech. You ain't getting that guy. That guy's going number 2 overall. He thinks he's falling to 23. Yeah, okay. Unless he's caught with a gas mask on, he's smoking weed. That's a great idea. Maybe AJ is going to be part of this deal on how to get Garrett. Maybe he is. Hey, by the way, somebody asked me a question. Somebody asked me a question today. Okay? Let's see where John goes. I'd said trade AJ and Tanner to the Jets. AJ and Tanner for the second overall pick? No, thank you. Give me more. That's not enough. You want to trade me a Hugo, and you want to trade me a Volkswagen to get into a position to buy a Ferrari? Think bigger, dude. Think bigger. That's not enough to get to 2-hole. I love how these Eagle fans will do this. I'll trade Nolan Smith and Tanner McKee for Myles Garrett in a 1. Who in their right mind would even pick the phone up to that? Nobody would even pick the phone up for something like that. Yeah, it looks like Kennard is off the table, wants a bag of money. Yeah, and that goes back to my point. Why didn't you just give the guy the extra $2.5 million then? So you're not trading for Kennard. Ulan Garrett, is your front four Garrett, Carter, Hunt, Davis best we probably had since Gangrene? You bet it is. Plus your linebacking core, Campbell and Bond. That's a formidable front seven, my friend. That gets it done to making you the number one team in the NFC. If that shitty offense comes around, you do something like that. By the way, yeah, see, get this right here. Here's what I said. Once again, on the Jalen Phillips deal, I'm not paying anybody 30, but you better have a deal. So M. Reyes is saying this. They should trade for Kennard, pay the 30, and give 2 picks up. Yeah, nice move, kid. That's a non-plan plan. I trade my Tom Pratt rookie card for a signed Dick Allen baseball. It's a great deal. Todd Pratt, bro, this thing right here means a ton to me. By the way, does it have one of the sticky things on it too? Look at this, man. I think Bud Selig. Bud Selig's name's on it too. Bud Selig, how you doing? Yes, sir. Trade Ringo, no interest. Jake Elliott, no interest. Nolan Smith, no interest. And Tanner McKee. Laugh out loud. Thank you, Rich. Think you got the point? Rich did get the point. Sills, you got to explain slowly for the ladies. I get it. Some of these guys just don't get it. I mean, that's so stupid. Give 2 picks up and pay Greenwood 30. That's why you trade for Garrett. Thank you. That's M. Reyes' take. So for me I said this. Okay, well, if you're going to pay Kennard to 30 and give up 2 1s, why didn't you sign Phillips then? And he says, I'm flip-flopping on it. I'm saying, no, you didn't have a plan. If you're paying the guy 30 and giving up, that means in the last 8 months you gave 3 picks up. Sills knows what LOL means now. Usually it means this, laughing out loud or lots of love. I'm assuming from you, so it's laughing out loud. Not the personality you have. Kidding. Sills, you're secretly Sam Darnold. I like Sam Darnold's story, my friend. The Browns don't want Nolan Smith. Smith 3.0 sacks last year, and he's injury prone. No shit. Nolan Smith. By the way, you got a $15 million decision. You're going to pick $15 million up on Nakobe Dean 2.0. How you doing? Todd Monken was with Pickens at Georgia. If the Cowboys offered Pickens a 1 and 27 and 28, the Eagles not beating the deal. Don't see the Browns trading Garrett. Why? They've restructured. They've restructured for a reason. Now, listen, I'm not counting the Cowboys out. I'm not counting the Cowboys out of that deal. No way. Jerry Jones said he's all in. He might just be all in here. I'm with you, man. I think Jerry's somebody you got to keep an eye on here, my friends. And usually, they say you get slower when you get older. He's getting finer like wine. How you don't? He is getting finer like wine. Get this. Jerry Jones is an idiot with the most expensive franchise in the world. 3 Super Bowls. More than you. Since he bought the team. Most visible team in all of world sports. And he's an idiot. And he bought the team for $150 million. Got it. Like your definition, M. Reyes, of an idiot. Guy bought the team for $150 million. Okay. And in that 40 years, he's turned it into the most expensive franchise on the planet. He's got 3 Super Bowls. And he's the most visible brand in all of sports. Some idiot. Miles definitely getting traded. That's the whole reason they restructured the deal. The Browns didn't save any money on the restructure, and usually that's the only reason teams do that. Completely agree with you. I say we trade Dan's cowboy helmet for the 2027 third-round pick. Okay? Hey, Sills, one more thing. Excuse me. That's why Howie brought in those 2 receivers and going all in on the defense since it's Vic's last dance with the new regime. Okay? Glad to see the chat working good here. Thank you, guys. By the way, please hit the like button. We appreciate you here. Get so many options on a Friday. This could be our Reggie White trade. It's time we're the Packers. Same situation. Love that good take there. That's a really good take. Haven't even got to the topics yet. How you doing? Okay. Okay. This Eagle deal here. Listen, I wrote this down because I talked to some folks on how realistic this is now. How realistic is this to happen? Well, the Browns made it easy to happen. This is not something that the player, you have to ask, do you understand what's happened here? So Andrew Berry, the general manager of the Browns, went to Myles Garrett and his agent and basically said this: hey, would you be open to restructuring? They've had to have some conversation also on potentially trading. And Myles Garrett and his team had to okay this. You guys get that, right? Like, they had to okay this. So Myles Garrett had to say yes. Yes, I'm open to it. Because he's got a no trade. Hey, get this. Let's make sense of this. Jerry's literally the Vince McMahon of the NFL, correct? Get this. Folks, ask yourself this. Okay? If you're Myles Garrett and you have a no trade clause in your contract, which means the team really can't do here. This is going to be so simple, even dumb Reyes can get this. If I have a no trade clause in my contract, what's the point of restructuring the deal for the guy? To be able to move a guy who, no matter what I do, could say no and veto it. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to restructure a contract for a guy that can veto any move I want? What's the point of restructuring? Didn't save me any money on the cap. I got no relief. And it made it easier for the team to spread out the money. Make that make sense. I do all this work from the Browns and Andrew Berry. I do all this work. The player goes and says, I'm not doing anything you want to do. I got a no trade. You guys can put your erasers and your protractors and your pencils away. Scurry along. I'm not going anywhere. What's the point? They had to have had a conversation with him. Or his agent went to him and said, listen, if you guys want to move me in the end of my career here, or in the next 5 years, I have a shot at winning a Super Bowl, I'd be open to listening. That doesn't mean he wants out. That just means he's just open to listening. Is Nicole Lynn his agent? She's fabulous. If that's the case, Nicole Lynn is his agent. She's a fabulous, fabulous agent. She's like the senior VP now at Clutch. What I just told you, it makes no sense. The only people that get relief if there's a trade are the Browns. Garrett's money's not affected in any way. Nicole Lynn is working on a deal, and the relationship that she has with Howie, if she is his agent, they're trying to work out the particulars. Howie Roseman may work 2 deals at one time, trading A.J. Brown to get the draft pick, one of the draft picks back, and get Myles Garrett and make your defense better. Dude, I'll take, if I have to get rid of A.J. Brown and I acquire Myles Garrett, my football team got better. It looks like Howie Roseman is building the team, and with Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore, and with Devontae, and with Darius Cooper, it's not sensational, but it's not awful. And if I could get rid of AJ and acquire a 1, give the Browns 3 1s, and I get one of those 1s back, and I only have to surrender 2 over the next 3 years, maybe I can even go 27 and 29 on first-round picks. I'm in. It would be 2 1s, even with the initial 3 first-round picks. Trade A.J. Brown post-June 1. You get one of those picks back. I could get, wait a minute, you mean to tell me, in theory, I can get Myles Garrett for a cheaper price than what Max Crosby was going to be for the Ravens? Howie Roseman will wear the crown forever if he can pull this off. And you get a wideout in 2 in the second round. Oh, I mean, dude, and let me put it to you this way too. I think it's totally realistic. And the reason it's realistic, why would the team do all this when a player has, it would be like doing this. I'm going to restructure Jalen Hurts' contract so that it looks like I can trade him, with Jalen having a no trade. Well, I don't care what you do. I'm not going to the Jets. I'm not going to the Miami Dolphins. I'm not going there. AJ didn't put up crazy numbers that 2 wide receivers couldn't combine to get, and our offense is going to be more spread out. Get AJ out of here, bring in Myles, and draft a wide receiver in a second. That makes sense? That makes sense. That makes sense. Dude, get this. Hey, get rid of AJ, acquire Miles, I got better. Miles, here, I'm going to show you guys something. Let me show you Myles Garrett's impact. Okay? Hey, somebody do me a favor. Tell me how many wins the Browns had last year. Could you imagine Myles Garrett and Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis and Jalix Hunt and Campbell and Bond playing together on one unit with Cooper and Q? That would rival what's in Houston. That would rival what's in Houston. 5 wins. Am I right? Kyle, you're always on your cues. They had 5 wins last year. Is that right? The Cleveland Browns went 5-12 last year. Is this correct? 5-12. They went last year. Okay. How could the Browns be the 4th-ranked defense in pro football with 5 wins? How could they be the 5th-ranked defense with 5 wins? How can that be? 5 football wins. You guys doubled them. And they had a better defense than you. Okay? 5 wins. 5. And they were 5th in total defense. 4th, excuse me. Pass defense. The Browns were 3rd. Rush defense. The Browns were 15th. What were they possibly in scoring? They couldn't have been that good. They were 12th. The Browns had a better scoring defense than the 49ers, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Bears. All teams that made the playoffs. Third down, they were 7th. The Eagles were what? 23rd. And they won 5 games. 5 games. That's the impact of Myles Garrett. You imagine him on the Eagle defense with better players around him? They'll be number 1 defense in pro football the next 3 years. Number 1 defense. Putting Garrett on that Eagle defense. With Vic, you might make Vic stay. So the acquiring team for Garrett would be responsible for cap hit in 26 of 8.1, 16-1, 21-4, and 57-9. How he can do something with this. Yeah, void years on the flip side. Still, statistics don't mean anything. The only thing that matters is winning. Again, statistics pay players. They do matter to players. I'm trying to talk to you about his impact as a football player on a unit for 17 games. The Browns had a better defense than you a year ago, and they won 5 freaking games. Playing from behind almost all the time. Do you understand that? There's no fucking potential. I know who Myles Garrett is. Here's the difference. You want to know what the difference is with this dumb take? That kid Bailey is potential. Myles Garrett's a certainty. He's a certainty. There's no gambling. There's nothing potential. There's certainty. The draft is potential and uncertainty. Are you comparing DeMarco Murray to Myles Garrett, a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yeah. Dude, you need to be quiet. This guy just compared a trade that he would be the next DeMarco Murray, Myles Garrett. Wow. Kid, you're going to be put in the closed corner over there for a while because you got no brain cells. Friday ain't your day, man. You should take the rest of the day off, kid. Not doing well for you. You must be under the weather with like a pneumonia or something. It's all good, kid. Not even acknowledging it any longer. You need to sit over there and you need to calm yourself down. Hey, Sills, hope you're having a great day. Me too, brother. I appreciate you very much. Make up your mind, Sills. You went on and on about New England not paying. Paying what? Explain what you're talking about. Make up my mind? How about the Philadelphia Eagles make their mind up? They can't make their mind up over an edge. You're going to let an edge go for $2.5 million and then turn around and pay Grenard the $2.5 million anyway at 30 and give up 2 ones? You need to make your mind up. Because that makes no sense. That's not a plan. That's a plan. That's a panic plan. There are other teams who will be interested in Garrett who can offer better than the Eagles. Yeah, but you know what those other teams can't offer? Vic Fangio and an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. By the way, one thing about Myles Garrett, A.J. Brown's got a Super Bowl ring. Myles Garrett doesn't. If I could make the same money in Philly that I would anywhere else, Philadelphia is the landing spot for me. Why in the hell would I want to go to Tennessee? Why would I want to go to Dallas? Why would I? How about this? Let's do this. Let's do the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Why would I go to Dallas? I know we got Cowboy fans in here. Okay? Okay, why in the world, if you're Dallas, why would I go to the Dallas Cowboys if I'm Myles Garrett? Do I want to play with Dak more? That could be. Dak's a better passer from the pocket than Jalen Hurts will ever be. That could be. Who's coaching me? Well, I had Jim Schwartz, and now I got Vic Fangio. And even though Christian Parker, I think, has an opportunity to become a great defensive coordinator, Vic wins that one. Who's got better talent on defense right now? Well, I think the Eagles have better talent right now on defense. How about the offense? I think the Eagle offense is overrated. It is. I think the Eagle offense is overrated. Having Garrett, we would have the best front seven in the NFC. It wouldn't be close if you're picking at the end of the first round, making the trade. M. Reyes must have had some sort of condition. There's no way someone could be this dumb. If Garrett came to Philly, he'd break his own sack record with 25. Playing next to Carter and better players? No, only dumb Reyes would think that. Dumb Reyes actually thinks the draft picks in the next 3 years are more valuable than acquiring a guy like Garrett. And anybody who thinks that has no idea what they're talking about. The Eagles will never draft a player in the next 3 years that will equate or deliver the kind of performance or production that Myles Garrett at any position, wide receiver, quarterback, offensive lineman, defensive tackle, nobody in the draft in the next 5 years will produce what Myles Garrett will produce for you in the next 3 years. Nobody. As a matter of fact, the only other player that you've ever had defensively that's in that guy's language and in that guy's world is Reggie White. That's it. You're requiring Reggie White. M. Reyes rides in the small yellow school bus with the funny hat on. Yeah, that's exactly right. He's the guy in the little hat, and he's got his name tag on, and it says Dumb Reyes. And on the other back behind it, it says, "Kick me when you walk by me." Still, what fans are also forgetting is that Garrett has a no-trade clause, so he has to approve the team the Browns are talking to him. He's not going to a shit team. Absolutely, he's not going to a shit team. That's why when you try trading him someplace, he's not fucking going anywhere. I'm all for Garrett, but you constant hated. Bro, you under some impression I hate the Eagles. You compare them to New England constantly. Well, when a football team in the last 40 years has been to 12 Super Bowls, yeah, I hope so. You don't have Tom Brady. Wait a second. So the last 40 years, Robert Kraft has been to the Super Bowl 12 times. How many times have you been since he bought the team in 94? Curious. Are you under the impression you're a better franchise than New England? Based on what? Seriously, based on what? They've been to the Super Bowl with three different coaches and 3 different quarterbacks. And been to 12 of them. They've been to 20% of the Super Bowls. How are you close? You've never been to 12 Super Bowls under Robert Kraft's time. You've been to 12 Super Bowls? Close how? They double you in Super Bowl wins. Only one with Brady. Well, who drafted him? The Patriots did. Look, they don't want to give credit to the team that drafted Brady and developed him. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just to expand on Reggie thing, he was 32 when he was traded. Garrett is 29. Reggie played till he was 37. This isn't a rental. It's an era. Yeah, I love that take. They haven't been shit since they just went to the Super Bowl. They just won the AFC. Hey, you might not want that as a take there, kid. You might want to take that one down. Sales Garrett is that guy. Mac is the only real edge that Vic has had. Vic asks things of the edge that most don't, like dropping in coverage. Vic can make this thing work. Yes, I totally can make this thing work. Hi, Sales. What I'm hoping is that the Eagles pattern themselves like the Patriots because of how shrewd Kraft is. I hope Howie is the same. Agreed. Listen, the one thing that, but here's Blaine. That's the thing that the Eagle fans don't get. The Patriots would never have even thought about not trading AJ. They would have done it already. They wouldn't have held on to him until he became a second rounder. They would have traded him away to get premium picks for him. Eagle fans are sitting there thinking, you know what the Eagle fans are doing? They're looking at their draft picks as like, you're not looking at the player we're talking about. I'm not getting rid of draft picks just to get rid of draft picks. I'm getting rid of draft picks for guys like Myles Garrett. Not some dude like Jonathan Grenard. I'm not giving picks like that away and then paying the additional $2.5 million. That doesn't make sense. There's no common knowledge to that. Now, what do I think his market value is? Here's another question here, okay? What's the market value for Myles Garrett? Let's go here. Myles Garrett. His birthday's in December, which means he's going to start the season at 29. At 30, I mean. So, let's take a look at this. So in the last 3 years, go here. In the last 3 years, Myles Garrett has been named the Defensive Player of the Year twice. He's got 51 sacks in 3 years. And he's got 72 tackles for loss. And as for quarterback hits, he's got 100 hits on quarterbacks. What do you think the market value is for that? 51 sacks in 3 years, 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 100 hits on quarterbacks, and 72 tackles for losses. What would be the price tag on that? You can save, Nolan. I have no interest. I have zero interest. Zero interest. 51 sacks in 3 years. Okay? 51, 72 tackles for loss, and 100 hits on quarterback. What would be your market value for Myles Garrett? Now here, David, you made me rethink this. If I traded Nolan too, that means I don't have to give up the $15 million on May 1. 3 ones in Nolan, former first rounder, and he's owed $15 million May 1st. Is that the price? 3 ones in Nolan Smith. How about this? 2 ones in Jalen Carter. What if the Browns ask for that? Two ones in Jalen Carter. Hey, think like the Browns. They're not going to look for the lesser player. Nope. And you also get out of paying Carter. Hey, dude. Hey, Racing. To get a great player, you're going to have to give a great player up, and Nolan Smith's not a great player. Nolan Smith's not a great player. Well, then you're giving 3. Then I'm awake for you. Then it's 3 ones. Can't do it? All right, then it's 3 ones. 3 ones or 2 ones in Carter. Pick one. Like I said, Nolan Smith's not a great player. He's a good player. Hey, I'd like to have a Bugatti, but that's out. I think you're going to need A.J. Brown to trade to. By the way, if you make this deal with Myles, other teams might not want to give you a 1 for A.J. Brown then. Because they know that how he's going to. But I would trade out of. I would get this. Guys, follow me here and help me out here. Zander too, everyone. So wait a minute. If I trade, let's do the AJ thing. So if I trade AJ Brown to the New England Patriots, that means in 27 I have 2 first-round picks, right? I have 2 ones. Right? 2 runs in 27. Is that correct, guys? Right? Is that correct? If I trade, right, I'll have 2 ones and 27 if I trade A.J. Brown post June 1st. Let's stay there with this. I want to try to think where Howie's thinking here. 2 ones. Is that right? Everybody in here agree? Hey, M. Reyes, do you agree? If you trade A.J. post June 1 in 2027, you're going to have 2 first-round picks. Is that correct? Right? Okay. Right? Correct. So if I trade out of 23 and out of the first round and acquire another first rounder in 2027, that means I'll have 3. Is that correct? Is that correct? If I trade out of the first round of 23, Howie could have 3 ones in 27. Well, shit. So I only have to give up 1 of the first round picks, and I'll still have 2 in 27? Damn. I think I'm still doing pretty good. And I acquired Myles Garrett. You see where you can make this up? You see how you can make these first round picks up? Dude, if I trade A.J. Brown and then I get in a trade Myles Garrett, I made my team better. My team's better. My offense may not be better, but my offense will at least have time to mature because the defense will be so dominant. Vic Fangio with Myles Garrett, Jalix Hunt, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I'm stopping people. I'm going to have the number 1 defense in pro football next to the Texans. The Texans and the Ravens are going to battle it out for number 1. And as my offense starts to keep getting better and better, healthier and healthier, bro, I could score 22 points a game and still go 12-5. Get this, my offense could be 20th, and I'd still go 12-5 if I don't turn the ball over. What are we doing here? And then you give yourself all the equity to build your offense up. Okay? You don't have a competitive defense. You got your face kicked in by the Niners. The Bears ran you over. Guys, Sills, if the price was 2 firsts and Carter, it's a smash accept. Just not this 26 first. Gives Howie time to maneuver. Losing Carter's talent is hard. Losing Carter, absolutely. Absolutely right. Or you keep Carter, the cap goes up every year, and you get Myles for 2 firsts and AJ for 3 firsts. One of those firsts is from AJ to New England. Okay? Bruce Smith, Reggie played well into his. Yeah, no, I think Myles will play great until he's 35, 36. I'm with you here. Eagles get Garrett. Clint isn't the next DC. That would be Jim Schwartz. Sorry, Seals, your guy is more likely going to Miami. Dolphins or Hurricanes, potentially, depending on what happens with Jason Taylor. This is like getting Judge if it was baseball. Yeah. Dude, no. This is like getting Ohtani. This is like getting Shohei Ohtani. You can keep Judge. Every time it matters, Judge turns into a snowflake. 222 in the series, 24, and 222 in the World Baseball Classic. He took a collar the other night, too. Or 4Ks the other night. Come on, bro. Where we going? Like Kobe, like that. Yeah, he's a Kobe guy. If Howie does that move, I could see him using our second and our number 2 third round pick to move up into the early first and get who he wants if he moves out of the first. Like I said, you could potentially get yourself 3 1s next year. Having given away 3 1s to get Myles Garrett, just with a simple move, send AJ to New England and trade out of the 23rd pick. In 2027, you have 3 1s. Dude, at 23, what are the chances of you landing on an impact player in this draft? 70-30. Not. 50-50, he's good. 70-30. Hey, last year's number 1 pick, Jahad Campbell, was a really good player. He wasn't an impact player. Now, he may develop into it. I think he will. He ain't now. He's not an impact player. Listen, it's not a diss. He's good. But he's dissing on him. Like, Cooper and Q, having impacts like they did, they had a great football team and a great front seven when they came on the scene. Look at the guys in front of them. You had Dean and Bond, Sweat, Williams, Davis, Carter. You had all those guys in front of them. Brandon Graham, all those guys were in front of him. No doubt they were going to play great with all those great players around them. We get Miles, franchise tag Carter next season. You could do it twice. You get 2 franchise tags on a guy. You pick the 5th year up. Think about that for a minute, too, RC3. Theoretically, you have that player's rights for the next 3 years where he can't do shit. You pick up the 5th year option, you tag him twice, that's 3 years. And he can cry all he wants. And get this, the tag will be $28 million. I don't think he's crying too much. And it's all fully guaranteed. Garrett on this defense instantly puts the Eagles at least in the NFC title game. Well, that's a minimum. By the way, you know what else you could do also? If you got Garrett, you could use every single one of the rest of the picks. How many picks does he have with his comp picks coming up this year? Every single guy he could draft for depth at every position. Tight end, running back, D-line, O-line. How many picks does he have? What is it? Like 11 picks? 14 picks? What is it? With all the comp picks, I thought it was like 9 and then like 4 comps or something. You could take every one of those draft picks and you could spread them out over the next 2 years as well, creating depth and building up your O-line. Hey, dude, 2nd and 3rd round O-linemen, they work too. Eagles not getting Myles Garrett. The trash fans always think they're going to get everybody. That's because, you know why? Unlike the Dallas Cowboys general manager, Texas boy, your guy gets nobody, really. And you've been sitting on your hands for 35 years. The Cowboys have been sitting on their hands for 35 years. building the brand up, building the star up, and not building their football resume up. You haven't. You haven't done shit in 35 years. The Dallas Cowboys have sat back on their ass. The only thing that Jerry Jones has actually fixed has been his face. That's it. I mean, this guy looks like those Hollywood weirdos. I mean, every time I look at Jerry Jones, he looks like that old guy Skeletor. You ever see that cartoon guy? I mean, as he's gotten older, that guy looks like the guy that is on Poltergeist that knocks on the front door. Hey, is she here? You know that really weirdo guy that comes out of the grave with the hat on? That looks like Jerry Jones. What was that little kid's name? Knocks on the door for him. It's Jerry Jones, the guy from Poltergeist. Yeah. Is she home? Ah, there she is. Yeah. There's no way. And by the way, you can't tell me that guy, the guy who loves to have toilet rendezvous, has not installed hydraulics too. I mean, that guy's really done a number. Too bad he hasn't fixed his team. But this guy's dropped in hydraulics and he's got a facelift. Men who get facelift, I don't get it. I mean, I get a couple here and there, a little Botox there and there, whatever. But I mean, bro, make it look decent. And like when Jerry Jones talks to the media, how come his eyebrows and his mouth don't move? It's like he's a ventriloquist. Hey, this is a guy here. I'm gonna get traded here. How come a guy can't open his mouth? Never trust a guy who can't read his lips. I mean, right? Every time Jerry's getting interviewed, I'm like, what's he saying? I'm trying to follow along. My daughter, what's that thing called? She drops that thing down so you can understand. Well, when you got like a drop box there where Jerry Jones just said that he'd like to make a trade in the fourth round for a player from Green Bay. And this is what it sounds like when he's on TV. I'd like to hear the fourth round of Green Hackers, and I'd like to know his deal. What did he say? I need somebody from the UN to be a translator. So, Texas boy, you're trying to tell me that Jerry Jones hasn't been relevant like since MySpace was around. I mean, remember when you used to go to the video store and you used to go to Blockbuster? Hey, I'll take that over there, you know? And I'm sure M. Reyes was hanging out in Spank Division. You know the place where they had the screen, where the curtain? You go back there, it's all the porn. I'm sure he knows. And he goes back there and it's like this, but I'm sure it's like Hank and Bob, starring Hank and Bob and M. Reyes. It's behind the curtain. Yeah. Come on, Texas guy. Says you were talking about how good I do. But it's got to pay off in September. I do, bro. I think you guys have done some things, man. Got to win in September, though, bro. Says besides the on-the-field talent, imagine what type of vet leadership that Garrett would bring to the locker room. How about this, too? How about when you get a guy like Myles Garrett and Lane Johnson leaves and you got that dude in the building and Lane Johnson reveres Myles Garrett and there's your dude that takes the locker room over and goes, this is our team. That soft-ass Hurts ain't going to take the team over. You know what you got here? You got a guy who's going to command leadership and command respect. You know why? Everyone in the NFL respects Myles Garrett. And then you don't have to worry about Hurts being somebody he's not, a leader like in front of men. I'm not saying that he doesn't go out and play his ass off, but that guy doesn't lead men. That doesn't, I don't get a vibe of that. I don't. Myles Garrett gives you the vibe that, holy crap, it's Myles Garrett. Whew. It's Myles Garrett. Hey, you doing? Eagles might even trade Hurts for another first rounder. Why would I trade a guy who, again, basically only fits in Philly? He fits here. You built the team around him. I don't have a problem with him. He wins games for me. He doesn't screw up often. He's not the greatest, but I'm good with that. He's my Sam Darnold. I'm okay with it. he's my Sam Darnold. Here's to Jalen and Sam Darnold in the same club. Lane ain't playing no more. It's over. Don't worry. I know your heart will break. Jalen got no trade just like Myles. Kudos to Nicole Lynn. If Myles Garrett comes to Philly, start booking tickets to LA for the February Super Bowl. So I saw a video about who's better in their prime, Von Miller or Garrett. Who are you taking? Myles Garrett. I think Von Miller was a spectacular player. I do. I think he's a spectacular player. Hall of Fame guy. Hall of Fame player. Super Bowl MVP. Let me see that guy. Hey, dude, I would take Von Miller. I would take Myles Garrett over Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald very rarely ever had top 5 defense. Von Miller was awesome. 11, 18 and a half, 14, 11, 13, 10, 14 and a half. Yeah, but bro, then you go over to the other guy, 13 and a half, 10, 12, 16, 16, 14, 14, 23. You're doing. I'll take it Garrett over Donald too. Sileo, would you trade Cooper DeJean and 2 first rounders for Garrett? I don't want him. How about I do this? I don't want him. Hey, okay, you got me. I don't want to. I don't want to do that one. I'm not going to tell you if I would, but I don't want to do that. How come every offseason we talk about getting Myles Garrett? It's not been the last 4 years. It's been the last 2 years. Thanks, Jeff DeBone. I appreciate you. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You need to stop with this Jalen slander. I get you questioning his skill, but stop with his leaders. Dude, nobody on the planet ever would look at that guy and think that guy is a spectacular teammate to others when others have said things about him being standoffish. He's not approachable. That's not me talking. That's other people that have been around the guy. I think he's a great winner. I think he's a really good player. But as a team leader, I don't know. A.J. Brown did more leading on that team about what was right and wrong than he ever did. Jalen's a company man. He's a guy that goes along. I don't blame him. 50 million reasons. Actually, 250 million reasons. I don't blame him. What other quarterback in the NFL talks out of line? They all get their money. Quarterbacks don't hold out because they get the bag of money. Jalen Hurts for C.J. Stroud in the Super Bowl. Who you got, Sills? Stroud? I got Hurts. See, you ask me that question, and I take Jalen. If I asked M. Reyes a question, who you got in the Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford or Jalen Hurts, he'll take Jalen Hurts. I think I do the Cooper trade. No. One, I'm not trading him for a safety / nickel corner thing that you got. I want Carter. I want Carter. Says, I think you're mistaken this year. The Eagles are going to play much better on offense. The team is too good. Like I said, I think you're falling in love with the names on the back of the jerseys. You mysteriously think they're going to get better? Okay. We'll see. With a guy who's never called plays. Here's I'm going to give you an impression of Sean Mannion putting a playbook together. So what do you think we should run on first and second down? The guys might like a stretch play. What do you think? Slants? Post? What else? Power eye? Can't run crossing routes. Quarterback is as blind as a bat. So, I mean, he can't read it. We got to get Goddard going. So, quick passes. What else here? I'm trying to figure out what Sean Mannion's going to put down in that fabulous playbook that Lane hasn't even seen yet. Whew. Have you seen the playbook? Lane, it's not out yet. Whoa. This thing is going to be so, I don't have to really work as hard and I'm going to do less. Yeah. Are you kidding me? It's March. Lane Johnson's crowing about a playbook that doesn't exist yet. I can't wait. So this guy walked into my dream one night, Sean Mannion, and I'm Lane Johnson. I'm laying there in bed and I'm just thinking about the playbook that he doesn't have yet. And I'm getting that book in my mind going, yeah, I see the vision. Kind of like an epiphany, like somebody blowing pot smoke at him. Got it. Yeah, dude. Got it. Yeah, this guy's going to be running stretch plays. And yeah, we're going to be sitting around the old hookah going, great. Yeah, I got it. Here's Lane Johnson. Yeah, man, I was sitting around watching that new playbook, man. I saw it on video. Unbelievable. Is there a playbook out yet? Nah. Minion is like chapter 4 right now. He's been here 5 months. He's only on chapter 4 right now. Dude, it's March. I know he'll get it together there. You said Barkley only has a year or two left of being relevant due to age, but look at who said that Barkley is Derrick Henry? Barkley is not a better ball player, nor has he ever even had a better career than Derrick Henry. He's not Derrick Henry. He's never in his entire career, but 1 year in his entire time, done anything remotely close to Derrick Henry. Nothing. Zero. He's not the talent that Henry is. Are you drunk, guy? Thanks for the super. But where in your right mind do you, and this guy played in Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill. Where in your mind do you even think remotely that Saquon Barkley is as good or a better player? Barkley's better than Derrick Henry? Based on what? Where in his career has he ever done anything as an individual talent better than Derrick Henry? Name me one place. Name me one place. Name me 1 year where he has ever had a better year than any of the years that Henry has had. Saquon Barkley had one phenomenal year. That's right. Derrick Henry is a throwback running back to the days of the 80s and 90s. Barkley's not. I mean, here, for craps and giggles here, Derrick Henry. Whew. I haven't looked at these. This is something that you dream about being a kid. 1059 and 12 touchdowns, 1540 and 16, 2027 and 17 touchdowns. In 8 games, he had 937 yards and was 9th in rushing with 10 touchdowns, and he missed 9 games. She did. My wife said this guy, when he went in the second round, she's like, that's dumb. Then he comes back off a knee injury, 1538 and 13, 1167 and 12, 1921 and 16. And at the age of 31, he went for 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns. The guy's a runaway train. That's right. And when that guy's running at you, you're looking to get awful low. Derrick Henry's better than Eddie George. Yeah, the Eagles have way too many other things going on. I could see next offseason. I mean, you want to know, you could put the nickname The Truth on Derrick Henry. I guarantee he goes for 1,500 again. Sills, consider this. Adding Garrett with Davis and Carter, even if you only use the 5th year and second 2 tags, or the 2 tags, would be a huge financial obligation. Might keep Howie from signing Coop and Q. Maybe. Eagles are setting the stage for a new coach and quarterback. Dude, you get Derrick Henry, or you get Myles Garrett in the building, I think you extend that whole group. Sirianni, Vic, and Hurts. Mikey, Mr. Super. Let me go here. Let me see, Mikey. We'd literally have 2 Hall of Fame players on our roster. Yes. Yes. The 2 Hall of Fame players that produce. Eagles moved off of Wentz in favor of Hurts. Now it's Hurts' turn. Hey, Tom Brady got moved. Who the hell is Jalen Hurts? He's nobody too. Patriots moved off of Tom Brady. The Colts moved off of Peyton Manning. Hurts is nobody in that conversation. He's like the rest of those guys. If you could trade Peyton Manning and you could trade Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts is just as tradable. Or moving off of. He's not better than them guys. Nick is a yes guy. Well, as long as he's making the right yeses, they're going to keep his ass. Yes. It's going to be a lot easier blocking in the regular season for O-line when they face Myles Garrett every day in practice. It's a great take. Imagine that. You got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Myles Garrett that your offensive line has to go against. Look at how the roles have reversed. When you had all them younger guys on the other side, okay? Here, look at him, Reyes. Hold on. I'll show you how dumb this take is. It took Peyton Manning 10 years to do what Jalen did in less than 5. How dumb. It's like telling me that Phil Mickelson was not a great player, but he was in the era of Tiger. He was in the era of Tiger. Peyton Manning is in the era of Brady. Mahomes stops a lot of great players from excelling because he's that dude. It's like the Jordan factor. Karl Malone was a great player, but he was in the era of Jordan. You get dumber every day, guy. You're not helping yourself. Dude, seriously, this guy said it took Brady or a Manning 10 years to do what Hurts did in 5. That guy was in the era of Tom Brady, who went to the Super Bowl every other year he was in the NFL. Sileo, Dan, my Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year with or without Myles Garrett. What do you say? I think your Dallas Cowboys have to prove what their work has been this offseason, and I think they need another sign, and a significant sign. Sills, trading for Garrett really helps Lurie pushing for his new stadium. Collateral to it, absolutely. West Coast offenses is my slants with Jerry Rice. Yeah, you're missing the other component to that. That's Joe Montana. Manning won 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. Something Hurts didn't do, Sills. Tell him, M. Reyes. Jalen Hurts in the era of Patrick Mahomes. You're proving his point, Sills. Really? Patrick Mahomes has won fucking 3 Super Bowls and 5 appearances. What are you talking about? He's got 1. He's been to 5 Super Bowls. And he's won 3 of them with 3 MVPs. Proving what? That even Nick Foles can win a game? Okay. This guy just got through winning 3 AFC championships and has won 3 MVP awards. And he's got 3 Super Bowl rings in his pocket already. And he's just turned 30. And Hurts has proved the point. What's he proved? He's Nick Foles? And you're ridiculous, guy. Keep posting away. Thank you for the algorithm. You dudes, 2 dudes. Seriously, man. You don't know what you're talking about? Never will. I hear Dallas may include Pickett in a trade for Garrett. Dallas, worst thing, Dallas does not want Myles. I mean, the Eagles do not want Myles Garrett hitting that Dallas Cowboy roster. I'll tell you that. Damon's got to do it again. Levels to this thing. I'm debating idiots. Browns don't want Pickett. He's a head case. They want them draft picks. Comparing Hurts to Peyton and Mahomes, yeah. The world about that. Hey, comparing Jalen Hurts to Peyton Manning and Patrick Mahomes, savants of the position versus a guy who can't read a defense to save his life, is classic. Yeah. Oh, my God. I mean, really. I'm going to compare Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes to Jalen Hurts' skill set as a quarterback. He get laughed out of any personnel guy's room. I want to show you guys something. Here, let me show you here, let me show you this. Okay, Super Bowl list of winners. I want to show you this. Just to put everything in context for you here. So let me go back here. I want to show you this here. What is this? Let me go here. Where is it here? All right. When's the first one? Here it is. Is that the first year they won? No, here it is. Okay. So the first year they won the Super Bowl was 2002. Okay. So how many times did the Patriots get to the Super Bowl in 2002? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They got 9 times. 9 times since 2002. If you put then the Mahomes era starting at 20, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 because Brady was in Tampa. 15 times since 2002. The 2020, in 25 years, 17 of those times, Mahomes or Brady have been in the Super Bowl. And he's Jalen Hurts. Barkley has had like one amazing season. Rookie year was pretty decent too when he had all them catches. I think Howie will be trying to outbid Dallas if Dallas is trying to get Garrett. Think about that, Rasputin. 70% of the playoffs between Brady and Mahomes, okay, have come through 2 quarterbacks. Since 24 years. In 24 years, 70% of the Super Bowls have been played by 2 dudes. 2 dudes. Mahomes or Brady. Yeah, he got caught cheating, then he won 3 more. Damn, you got to relook at your Patriots Super Bowl appearances since 22. Okay. Since 2022. Since 2002. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 times. And then Brady went another time in 21. That's 10 times Brady went to the Super Bowl since 2002. And then after that, Kansas City, because he was in that one in 21. So he's in that one. So that's 12, 13 in 2023. That's 14, 2024. That's 15 in 2025. 15 of the Super Bowls since 2002 have been played by either Mahomes or Brady. Cowboys can realistically get Garrett, but Pickens will be part of the deal. I don't think Cowboys want to give up Pickens. Okay? I don't think they want to. Yeah. Think about the domination of both 2 men between Brady and Mahomes in the last 24 years. 2 dudes have dominated Super Bowl. Unlike nobody else, like in the eras of the NFL. I mean, complete domination. And I mean, well, yeah, I think about two men dominating the NFL. You think about two men dominating at night. So there is a difference. So I agree with you. People got to stop the cap about Cowboys are not getting rid of Pickens. Okay? I know he went 9 times. He actually went 10 times. Okay? He was 6-3 with the Patriots, and he went with the Buccaneers. That's 10 times he went to the Super Bowl and winning 7. Losing to Eli twice and lost to Foles. Brady went to the Super Bowl 10 times. What are you missing? I'm not understanding where you're at here, my friend. Okay, I mean, and Patrick has been to the Super Bowl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's 15 appearances between two men since 2002. What are you missing? Dude, 10 for Brady, 5 for Mahomes is 15. What are you missing? What are you talking about? I said since 2002, two men have dominated the Super Bowl. Mahomes and Brady. Because somebody was comparing Hurts to Mahomes. Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl 5 times. Says, I love your show. Most fans don't read between the lines when it comes to your takes. Reality, your takes. Eagle fans glazy. Keep grinding. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I mean, where'd you get the 13th? No, it's actually 15. Super. I honestly believe Garrett ain't leaving Cleveland. Then why would he do that? That's a great take. Hey, real. That's a great take. Then why would the Browns and Myles Garrett agree to this? I like that. Why would Garrett do this in the Browns? Why would they do that? Why would he do it? Real. All good, Ramir. Would them honestly, I honestly believe Garrett ain't leaving. Okay. Then why would they restructure all this if it doesn't help the player? What would be the reasoning? With a player that doesn't have a no trade. Okay, once again, then why would you do it? So let me get this right. They woke up one morning. Cleveland just said this. Hey, Myles, hold on for a second. Let me show you. I'll give you a dumb race. I use Zander's hockey puck that he never wants any longer. His Martin Brodeur. I'll do it for you here. Hey, Myles, this is Andrew Berry. How you doing there, kid? Hey, listen, I got just for shits and giggles. I know you have a no trade. Let's fucking redo your deal to help the team out so that, we're going to help the team out. It's not going to help you in any way financially, but, it's going to help us out. I know you have a no trade, so let's do it. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. Let's do it. It's all good. I'm ready to rock. Okay. That's how that conversation went. Oh, God. This guy Prince and the rest of these guys give me agita. So now he wasn't comparing Hurts to Mahomes. He's comparing the accomplishments they've achieved so far in those 5 years. I think it's where the disconnect is. I'm kidding here, Prince. Okay. In a 5-year span, I think Mahomes has been to Super Bowl 4 times or 3. Not bad. I think Hurts has done great there. But one more time here with Zander's puck. How you doing there? Everything? Yeah. Hey, Miles. You sleeping? Hey, listen, kid. I got something for you. You ready to rock and roll here? Uh-huh. Yeah. Right? Hey, listen. I want to restructure your deal. Help us out a little bit. And, what do you mean? It helps you in cap? No. Fuck it. We're just doing it. So, just we're doing it. That means we might want to trade me. Well, maybe. Yeah, but I got a no trade. Is that okay with you? Yeah. Go ahead and do it. Yeah. That's some dumb call. Who do you think you're dealing with? Jerry Jones there in that call? Who do you think you're talking to? The Cardinals? Here are the Cardinals. Hey, I make that deal. Yeah. No problem. I'll send you 7 ones. Oh, my God. Got to tell you, man. I just thought I'd wake up and call the guy and say, let's get a deal that doesn't do shit for my team, but helps me move the guy. There you go. That's a Johnny McMullen special. Ain't shit to that. Yay. There you go. Without further ado. I think, listen, folks, I want you to be prepared for this because I think we're downtown somewhere, and I'm not sure if Z got pulled over for going 50 in a 20-mile-an-hour zone. Behind him, he looks like he's been questioned right now by the Philly cops. Without further ado, man from the morning show, my friend, Big Z, Zander Krause joins us now. How you doing?
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man? Are you all right? Everything good? You're not in, holdup or anything?
No, dude. What are you? Yeah. By the way, why are you calling that my puck? That's not my puck.
This has got your name. It's Martin Brodeur's puck. This has got
Yeah,
your name
you promised me that years ago. That thing is never coming my way. Fake news.
This is it. It's not. This is yours. You just got to get it in your hand.
So what are you riffing about today? I haven't seen everything on the show today.
So help me explain this before we even get started. So Andrew Berry woke up one morning and decided he had an itch, and he called Myles Garrett up and said, hey, dude, I'd like to restructure a deal a little bit here, and it doesn't benefit my team in any way whatsoever, money-wise. And I know that you have a no trade. So why would I restructure a contract with a player that has no trade if it meant nothing? I mean,
well, because they're trading him. They're going to try and trade him, I think.
They're going to try and trade. Now, listen, I don't think they're going to trade him to anybody, but I think they're going to try to move the player for assets. Do you not agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and look, I think they should have done that years ago. I mean, as good of a player, I love Myles Garrett. I mean, he's my favorite player in the league. I think he's the best player in the league. But I think they should have done this years ago. I mean, this team has not been close to contention in so long. But the other thing is, Eagle fans, come back to reality. Like the Cleveland Browns do not want a 30-year-old, $32 million wide receiver. That doesn't get the deal done. They want first-round draft picks. And if they did take a player, it would be a young player, probably on a rookie contract, or a player like the caliber of Jalen Carter. That's probably it. So I think they might try and trade him, but we'll see what happens with it. I do think it was interesting what they did. They restructure, and there was really no cap benefit to do it other than that they created optionality if they wanted to move him this year by moving the date back.
And he has a no trade. Why are you restructuring a contract on a guy that has no trade that doesn't benefit you money-wise? I mean, dude, it's a no-brainer. I want you to follow along with me because I'm Big Sills here, and I want you to keep an eye on the adding here, Big Z, all right? So you hook me up on something. First and foremost, 3 first-rounders is what people are talking about for Myles Garrett, correct? Okay, 3 ones, right? All
Yeah,
right.
3-1s. Well, I guess.
Okay,
You
let's
can make
start
an
there
argument.
first.
Remember, they put in the rule change for more than 3 years, right? So
Yeah.
maybe they're looking for 4, which would be crazy, but I
Or
don't know.
maybe
If
they're
Max,
looking to spread them out more for
so we
teams
got
to
a
be
little
able to
breaking
help.
news here. Nothing crazy. No intel, but this is worth mentioning on a sports program. Tiger Woods involved in a rollover crash in Florida, per the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Doesn't seem to be any indication on how hurt he is or anything, but
He was
rollover
just
crash doesn't sound good.
get the frig out of here. They were just talking about him potentially making it to Augusta. Are you sure that's not like
Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, crash occurred just after 2 p.m. Happened in the same town where Woods lives.
Jupiter?
A photo from the scene showed the vehicle lying on the driver's side. I just saw a video of him getting back out and swinging the club yesterday.
Tiger Woods was involved in a rollover crash in Jupiter Island Friday. His condition was not immediately clear.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Wow.
Only reason I've ever started watching golf ever in my life was Tiger Woods. That's it.
Man. And he was really rolling back to trying to get TMZ. Tiger Woods leaves the door open on the Masters, but no decision. TMZ doesn't have this yet. And the latest is now that Tiger's in a here's another one. Professional golfer Tiger Woods is involved in Martin County. That's Jupiter.
Well, why have they not revealed any? I don't want to be grim here or dark, but when you don't reveal anything in terms of the condition of Wood Tiger, is that? Am I
Here's
reading this wrong? That's a bad thing, right? I mean, what?
here's one report. ABC News reports just 6 seconds ago. Tiger Woods involved in a 2-vehicle rollover crash in Jupiter around 2 p.m. local time Eastern, with Martin County authorities confirming no serious injuries and ongoing investigation. The incident.
Oh, no serious injuries. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't mean that this person that posted this here is right. So
Well,
I've
that's
not.
what I'm trying to figure out. It feels weird to
Yeah,
me that they wouldn't release the.
yeah. Hey, dude, you need a personal driver, homie. I mean,
I know.
hopefully everything rolls
Well,
out of
let's
this.
see what happens. Does he have one?
It's clear at this point how it's not clear at this point how badly Hertz has been injured, according to Martin Sheriff's Department.
Holy moly! I see a picture of a car on the side.
Was it a Tesla?
I can't see it that well.
Because supposedly he's driving a
No, it
Tesla.
looks like a Range Rover to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
looks like a Range Rover. I know my cars pretty well. It looks like a Range Rover.
breaking. Okay. Yeah, they're not releasing it. Keep an eye on that, Z.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you
But
off in
that's
the middle of
okay.
that
That's
topic there.
breaking.
Yeah,
That's worthy right there, dude.
yeah.
Okay. Holy cow, man. It's crazy, man. Hopefully he's not seriously. Tiger Woods in a bad rollover crash in Jupiter. Now people are just adding this in here. Involved in rollover. Yeah, they're not saying
There's
any.
nothing. I don't see anything yet on the condition of Tiger.
Okay. A needle moving guy.
Yeah, I got
Say
to
the
keep my
least,
eye
of
on this
course.
one.
Say the least. All right. How real do you think this Myles Garrett deal is?
I think it's real. I mean, why else would they do what they did? And I think if it is real, I think the Eagles should be trying to do it. But I think it's got to make sense. I mean, I don't know if Prince is in the chat, but Prince was in the chat earlier, and I'm happy that Prince said it because everybody would get mad at me if I said it. Prince was right though. He said, "Folks, Quinnen Williams with Myles Garrett and Rashawn Gary is a problem,
It
and the
is a problem.
Cowboys have quite a bit of draft picks right now, especially first round draft picks." So I'm just saying, I don't know. That would not be a good thing, I don't think, for the Philadelphia Eagles if he landed up in Dallas. By the way, Texas A&M guy, grew up in Texas. Um, he would probably waive his no trade clause for the Cowboys too. So John thinks he would waive it for Philly too.
He would. I agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. People say he's always had an affinity for the
But
Eagles.
he wants his cake and eat it now. He wants to go to a contender. He wants to win a Super Bowl to put
Well,
him on top of that resume.
yeah, but I don't know if it's all him. I mean, remember, because he did this last year, and then he got paid the big money. Now Cleveland's the one who's maneuvering. It could be Miles, but it also could be Cleveland, dude.
Yeah, but
I mean, if you're Andrew Berry, what's your best chance of contending? Is
Okay.
it Miles, for the next 2 years, or is it 4 first-round picks?
But you can't do anything without the players because you got the no trade.
Yeah, but I think you're right in that Miles is it'll have to be a winner, and Miles will have to okay it for sure. But I think Cleveland could. I mean, I think they have that. I don't know. I can't speak on it directly, but I think they have probably a relationship where they can call Miles and say, "Hey, we want to trade you," because we need the picks, and he'll say, "All right, well, it's got to be a place I want to go." Because
Yeah.
remember, he wanted out of there last year, so I don't think he would close the door on them wanting.
No. Follow me here on this here, Z. Okay. So I want you to add these for me, okay? So say it's 3 ones, 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. Eagles have to put up 3 picks. You're at 23 and 20. You're at 23 and 27 days. I trade out of the first round. I get myself 2 ones next year. Is that correct? I get one more one. Well, I'm going to trade out. Every single team I've ever seen trade out of the first round get first rounders for the following year. I mean, especially at 23. You trade that pick for a 1 the following year.
Right.
So you get a 1.
I don't know if you would, though.
Oh,
I think they would get it, but so you think, wait, what's your saying? They trade 23 for a future pick?
For 2027 1.
So next year 1.
Yeah. And they would trade down and they would take their second round pick. They've got 9 picks now. And
do you think they're going to get a 2 and a next year 1?
No, you're gonna not have a 1 this year. You're gonna trade. Your top pick is gonna be in the second round. You're gonna get another number 1. You're gonna get a 1. You're gonna have 2 ones as of right now. My conversation in 2027. The way I look at it, if you trade out, you're most likely going to get another number 1, especially if they.
And then are you going to say take those picks and spin them for Miles?
No, wait, I'm not done yet. Then I'm going to say this to you. Post June 1, I'm going to trade AJ to New England, and I'm going to pick up another number 1 in 27. So I'll have 3 number 1s in 27. Is that correct?
That's if you get a 1 for AJ.
Okay. Well, I don't think the Eagles are going to trade him for anything other than that.
Well, let's see.
And so you're telling me potentially what I could do is cover those 3 ones in one draft, where I can only have really given up only 1 number 1, because I'll be acquiring a 1 next year, and this year I'll be acquiring another 1 for trading AJ. Cost me 1 number 1 to get Myles Garrett on my fucking football team. I'm doing that Hey, Miles, if I get rid of
that's a perfect world. That's a perfect scenario.
If I get rid of AJ and I acquire Miles, my team got better.
I'm with Philly. Me and Philly 500 are loading in and picking Miles up from the airport. You and me, Philly 500.
By the way, I think Myles Garrett's a better player than Aaron Donald.
By the way, we missed a super chat yesterday from Philly 500, $10 super chat. It's because our chat was messed up. It wasn't your fault. Let me read it, though. I'm going to go and find it on the channel. I got to go find it on the channel.
Bro, I mean, okay.
I don't like missing super chats. People spend their hard-earned money with us. Yeah. No, I'm not blaming you. Remember, we had the chat issues yesterday.
Yep.
All right. Philly yesterday said, don't move Carter. You want him with Miles. Do this. 2026 first, 2027 2 and 3, 2028 first, and Nolan Smith. Oh, I would make that deal tomorrow, Philly 500.
Hey, Philly, how about this here, man? Trade out of the first round. Go get yourself another 1 next year. Trade AJ, get another 1. You have 3 ones to deal with. And you get yourself 2 ones, and it costs you to get Myles Garrett either 2 ones or a 1 to have that guy in your building. And I can recoup those ones and try to trade up to get Jeremiah Smith next year in the draft from Ohio State, with all those ones. Hey, man, I think they're looking damn good there with that. I'd go get this guy in 5 seconds. There's no way you're going to convince me that Myles Garrett's laying on his couch and Andrew Berry just called him and said, "Hey, I'd like to have a shits and giggle conversation with you. I know you have total say on how this goes, and it really doesn't benefit my football team in any way money-wise. So,
Yeah,
but
right.
I want to help myself if I have to trade you. Hey, go ahead, no problem. The player has to okay this.
Yeah. Well, I think Miles would love to come to Philly. Are you kidding me? Finally be on a team where you can contend. Finally be on a winner. So where do you now yesterday you talked about the greatness of Miles in terms of the big picture. I asked John about it today too. If he was on a winning football team, how much closer do you think he would get to being talked about? I'm not saying he would be talked about as the greatest of all time, but when you're in the conversation, you're in the conversation, and that's pretty impressive in itself. I don't know that he's in that conversation right now when they're talking about, guys like Lawrence Taylor. But if he was on a winning program and, people watched him on Sundays, nobody watches the damn Cleveland Browns. Is that conversation different?
I think he's better than Derek Thomas.
Yeah, you said that yesterday. I think that's a good one.
Okay. So the Browns won 5 games last year, right?
Is that what they won? I don't know. I don't keep track of them.
5 picks. I mean, 5. They won 5 ball games. The Browns had the fourth overall defense. What do you think if he was on an offense that was 22nd instead of last?
Well, they'd probably be pretty good. But they're the Browns. They're not good no matter what the stats say.
How about you put him next to here? Watch this: Garrett, Carter, Davis, Hunt, Campbell, and Bond.
That's incredible.
Cooper.
So
the other guys sound
we wouldn't even need Sean Filet Mignon to be good. We wouldn't matter. We can be the 31st offense. We might win the ball with that defense.
Bro, you'd be in a conversation with the Texans.
We'd be better than the Texans. Stop it.
I don't know, man. 270 yards of total defense they gave. Oh, total offense.
We'd be better than the Texans.
Yeah, okay.
Take it to the bank. Yeah. Myles Garrett.
Well,
think about this. This is the other thing to factor in here. Right now, even with Jalen Phillips, and I don't mean this with disrespect to Jalen Phillips because I think he's a good player, but he doesn't command that type of respect. What happens to Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter when you put a guy like Myles Garrett on the outside? You can't double team Jalen Carter anymore. You have a behemoth coming off the end who's going to wreck the game plan if you don't stop him. Now you got Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis in one-on-ones all day.
You got a topic here for me that I have written down. How hard do you think it's going to be to replace Jalen Phillips?
It's going to be hard because you need an edge rushers are hard to get, and edge rushers are very important.
Edges are hard to find.
Yeah, and I think even just like edges are very important. But dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at this revisionist history. Phillips was never that. Like he was never that guy where I was like, oh, you can't let that guy go. Like Quinyon Mitchell. How's everybody here? Everybody listening? You guys want to trade Quinyon Mitchell for 2 1s? No, right? That sounds insane.
No. But Quinyon Mitchell is a product of the front 7 too.
No, but my point in saying that is I never viewed Jalen Phillips as the type of game changer and game wrecker and caliber of player that you just don't want to live without. What
was the number one place? Okay, and I agree with you. I'm not trying to argue this point, but the number one priority this offseason was trying to bring back Jalen Phillips, was it not?
Oh, it's because he was the only guy really there. I mean, there was no edge rushers really available. He got the most money.
Okay, well then when we say replacing him, how are you replacing him?
Well, that's yet to be seen. Now, if they do what you just said and take a couple ones and spin it out for Myles Garrett, the name Jalen Phillips might never enter your dome again. You might never even think about it.
He would be the best defensive football player the Eagles have had since Reggie White.
Oh yeah. And that's no disrespect to all the great defensive players that have played in the city of brotherly love.
None.
And there's been quite a few of them. There's
No,
been quite a few of them.
no shade on Brian Dawkins or any of them guys.
Yeah, no, Miles is incredible, and I just think the fit with this team would be phenomenal too. I
Here, how
mean,
about this in the last 3 years? What do you make of this? 51 sacks, 72 tackles for losses, and 100 hits on quarterbacks in the last 3 years.
it's incredible. It almost doesn't even sound real.
I know it's like a Madden game thing.
It's like It's like a Madden game. It's a perfect way to put it. You guys when I was a kid, you used to make a player and you could turn everything up to 100. All the sliders, speed, strength, athletic, everything. That's Miles Garrett. That's literally Miles Garrett. So if this move is even at all possible, and I've been saying, remember, I was saying this at the trade deadline last year. I was saying that last year Twiz was getting all mad at me at the trade deadline this year. I would do whatever it takes to get Miles Garrett to Philly. I think it would literally cement you as a Super Bowl contender without even knowing what the offense is going to look like.
No, and you give your offense so much latitude to grow. Best D-line Eagles have had since 91 if you get them. Miles had 23 sacks on the team, losing in the fourth quarter of games. Imagine if he played on a team that was winning and teams passed more. He'd have 30 sacks. What do you
Reggie
think?
Jerome, Clyde, that's what you're looking at here.
Oh, he'd be the you'd have a young version of Reggie and Jerome with Sanders and Carter. I could see that.
Yeah.
It would be like that. But the difference would be is that I think Davis is better on that line and Simmons was better on the other side. It still probably as a unit probably go with 91, but with impact players.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to pick a defensive line that's better than Reggie Wright, Jerome, and Clyde Simmons.
Right. I mean,
but they would be, to Philly's point, they would be comparable, and that to me is good enough.
It would be in that room, okay? But I mean, hey, wouldn't it make sense for both sides to make a trade because the Browns at least need a decade to be a contender, get the picks and stock up in more players? Plus, if you don't believe that Shedeur Sanders is your guy,
I don't think they believe that.
Well, then, don't you want to load up to go get Arch?
Arch? No, I don't.
Hey, bro,
I'm not sold on Arch yet.
If Arch was in this draft, he'd be the number one overall player taken.
You think so?
I know so.
Man, he hasn't really done a whole lot in his college career yet.
Bro.
Every Texas game I watch, I'm like.
Okay. Well, I mean, he had a rough time at the Open. He was a two-time SEC Player of the Week this year. He ended up beating Texas A&M. He threw for 3,000 yards, and he had 37 touchdowns total. And he ran for 600 yards, and he threw for 33 TDs. That's not terrible, dude.
Well,
at Texas,
going 10 you're talking about a number one overall pick. You know who I don't think is a number one overall pick?
I don't think Fernando
Mendoza. Yeah, me neither.
That's why I say that's why I say.
I mean, if you go off that the inflation of quarterbacks is just an inevitable thing, then yeah, I mean maybe he will, but I wouldn't do it, and I don't think that would change their franchise around. And I certainly wouldn't look at trading Myles Garrett as like that's why you do it to get Arch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shedeur Sanders is not the guy.
I don't disagree with that. But remember, does everybody remember this? Once upon a time in the NFL world, tank for Tua. I mean, let's give it some time here. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, but I think you're right that they'll want to be in position to get a quarterback, whoever that might be.
Might be the kid Sellers from South Carolina.
Well, then I'm looking for more. I'm looking for more of the athletic.
Talking about that draft.
What I would be looking for today, and I get this is hard to find, but it feels like we've had a boatload of dual threat quarterbacks come into the NFL and kind of really find their place, become winners across the NFL, which didn't exist as much prior to probably the last decade, 5-10 years. Now, what I think you're looking for is, if it were me, is I want an athlete. but I want a guy who plays the game from the pocket. And I think Drake May isn't the perfect comp for that, but he's close. I mean, he can move. He can't not jump over a stack of quarters, but his primary game is stepping up in the pocket and delivering the ball downfield. That to me is what I would want in a quarterback right now.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, all these people are telling us that, next year's draft. Okay. Well, I must be missing it then. Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Julian Sayin,
Please don't go Dante Moore.
Norris Sellers. Who the fuck are you people talking about? That's going to be a loaded draft next year in quarterbacks.
See, like Lenora Sellers is obviously a tremendous athlete, but like I'm not seeing enough from him throwing the football to feel good about that,
Yeah, well,
That's me personally. I'm not saying I'm the end all be all, but that's just
I keep hearing people tell me next year's draft is loaded with quarterbacks. I'm like, who? Saying?
By the way, how about a shout out today on a Football Friday for your favorite Philadelphia Eagle, number 1, Jalen Hurts. You want to know why we're going to give him a shout out today?
Please.
No, I mean this actually seriously.
Okay.
The Eagles held an event yesterday for the Special Olympics, for that. And only 2 Eagle players, went to the event. It was Jalen Hurts and it was Zach Bond. So I just want to, they don't have to do that stuff, and I appreciate when a player does that, goes out and he's done a lot of stuff with the children's hospital and stuff like that I've seen. So just some credit for Jalen Hurts, because I think that stuff is really cool. He's always taking care of people in Philadelphia at the schools in Philly. So I have a lot of respect for that. I appreciate him doing that.
Special Olympics, folks, are pretty near and dear to me. And the Shriver family, actually, I've had them on my program numerous times. And the Kennedys actually started this thing. Timothy Shriver is a friend of mine, and he's the chairman of the board of the Special Olympics. And if you go back, that's John F. Kennedy's, I think his brother-in-law, I think it was. And they do such a great job. David Evangelista, also all those people that run that. I know all those folks that run that organization. And Timothy Shriver is a hell of a guy, and that's a hell of an organization, and they do great things.
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool.
The Special Olympics, I'm a big fan of those folks.
Yeah, no, I knew Rasputin. I knew somebody would say it. That's all PR. Well, Rasputin, they don't have to do it. He wouldn't lose anything by not going. Nobody would criticize him for not going.
By the way, who cares if it is?
Yeah, well, I just appreciate that he went out there and did it for those people. Probably make those people's give them right. I mean that's awesome.
Who do you think will be more difficult to replace, A.J. Brown or Lane Johnson?
Lane Johnson. Stop it. Lane Johnson, not even close. Kidding me? Lane Johnson's a tackle that's going to the Hall of Fame. A.J. Brown's a mopey wide receiver that's got 5K yards in 4 years that won't shut up on the sidelines. The receivers are dime a dozen.
Okay, so prior to A.J. being on the team, you got to go back to 2017 when he was involved in a Super Bowl. And then
but this is less Eagle related. Okay,
when you added AJ, has this not been the greatest era in Eagle football history?
It has, but I think my answer was more or less based on Eagles specific and more based on the fact that I watch teams. I mean, almost my entire adult life, I've watched the New York Football Giants fumble and draft people and sign people and do whatever they can to try and find offensive linemen. They can't get offensive linemen. I mean, they use the 5th pick in the draft. They can't find an offensive lineman is a hard thing to do. And the Eagles we've been very blessed as a fan base to be able to have a great offensive line. It's one of the things that I think maybe we've taken for granted. Not by no fault of our own, but just because it's been so good for so long. So receivers to me are right now, especially in the modern game, especially with the way college is built right now. I mean, dude, go look at the draft. There's like 20 dudes right now coming out of the draft that will probably be able to play in the NFL. So I don't know. It's tough for me to say that a wide receiver is harder to replace than not only a good lineman, but a lineman that's going straight to Canton. That to me is tough to replace.
to a point here. Puka Nacua was the 177th player taken in the 5th round. Tyreek Hill was a 5th rounder. Stephon Diggs was a 5th rounder. I believe that AJ was a 2nd rounder.
Yeah, AJ a second or a third? He was a second.
I think Devontae Adams was a 2nd rounder.
Wow, where did Devontae Adams play his college ball? Why am I blanking on that?
Was he an SEC guy?
He might have been. No, that's why I blanked on it. I knew it was a small off the cuff school, Fresno State.
That's right. He played with Derek Carr.
Fresno State.
He played with Derek Carr.
Because that's right. When he went to the Raiders, he reunited with. That's right, Carr. That's right.
Right. He played at Fresno with him. So do you think that AJ Brown? Because I'll tell you one thing that Zander's done, like the rest of the Philly media guys. Zander has done this, folks. Ready? Just chipping away at that value of AJ. Guy's lost speed. He's an old man. Drops.
I think it's the realest conversation out there.
Okay, then he doesn't have a 1st-round market value anymore?
That's not what I'm saying. I mean, the market, look, his market value is dictated by the market. So it's not dictated by me. I'm just saying, I think everybody talks about the A.J. Brown conversation, and nobody even brings up the value of the player. Like, think about it.
Yeah, what's the value of the player?
But I'm also talking about, you've even heard this with Myles Garrett. Well, do you want to trade 3-1s? He's 30 years old. Like, I haven't seen anybody talking about that with A.J. Brown. And I think that's a very real part of this. If you're an Eagle fan or if you're the Eagle front office, okay, we have a player who doesn't want to be here in A.J. Brown. He's already made our life annoying for the last 3 years or 2 years. He wants out, and we could potentially get a number 1 overall pick. Now, the pros, we're going to get back a 1. The cons, we're going to lose a great player in A.J. Brown. Nowhere in that conversation are we talking about the fact that the player might be on the decline. And I think he is on the decline. He had a 0% drop rate in 2023, I think. He did not last year.
You think Jalen Hurts is declining as a player?
I don't think he's declining. I think he's changed his game, and that's taken away from what made him so good in 22. When you come into the league and you dominate the way he did with his legs and his arm when he needed to, and then you take that away. I don't think he's declining, but I think when you don't use that anymore, you impact games differently. So,
well, wait a minute. If he's changed his game, how does that not change maybe the impact that he has on A.J. Brown's game? If the quarterback
has had, I think, look, that's a very fair point. And you're going to see all these people. AJ's not on decline. That's asinine. The offense isn't good enough to be able to tell.
Look, it's a conversation pipe down.
But no, you also have to remember, though, we don't know. I agree with Philly 500. We don't know if he lost a step. But if you look at the data that we do know, if you look at the historical analytics of receivers aging in the NFL, if you look at the data on 30-year-old players in the NFL, guys, I would say 90+% of them are declining at A.J. Brown's age. If you think that's a knock on A.J. Brown, then that's your prerogative. It's not a knock on A.J. Brown. He's the one who's fighting the uphill battle. If you're not declining at 30 years old, you're probably a pretty rare specimen.
You are.
And that's
Brady.
Myles Garrett. Right.
Yeah,
or Brady.
Or somebody
and that's a quarterback where it's a little different.
But I'm saying that when you put and plug that what you just said in, if Hurts is evolving into a different player and he's evolving a different skill set and he's not utilizing some of the things that help make AJ great too, how does that not affect everyone around him in the huddle? I mean, it can't just be, well, he's losing it, and yet the quarterback's playing a different game.
So nobody in this chat thinks A.J. Brown is a declining player at 29 years old. Nobody. Not one of you. HKP tells me to stop it. No, HKP, you stop it. You're telling me a 29-year-old wideout that had significantly decreased numbers, who has a bum knee, and the Rams pulled out of the trade discussions because of the knee, who couldn't get any separation last year, who had 3 drops in the playoff game. You don't think that player is even 1% declining? Oh, BS. That is BS.
So do you believe that A.J. Brown believes this? If I went with a quarterback that knew how to run a prolific, high-volume offense more than the one I'm playing in, you don't believe that he thinks that also?
Well, maybe he does, or I don't know if he does or not. Who knows?
Well, I think that's one of the only reasons he wants out of here. Can't be the winning because he's won.
Yeah, well, that is what it is. So I hope he gets whatever he wants somewhere else. But I'm saying if you're the Eagle, again, we can't worry about what A.J. Brown wants. That's a bad way to do business. The Eagles should be worried about doing the best thing for the football team. That's doing business. If you're talking about, all right, we got declining receiver, we get a one back for him? I mean, Sills, if he has another 1,000-yard year this year, what do you think he's on the trade market left for A.J. Brown?
I'm not paying him. He's not a $30 million a year guy.
And is he? Are you getting a 1 for him if they trade him next year?
Not next year. You're getting 3s, tops.
See, this is beside the point. Like this is the common pushback on what I said. Zay, you know his quarterback doesn't throw the damn ball on time. Stop it, Zay. Well, I do know that, but what does that have to do with the player at 29 years old? Take the quarterback out of it for a second. 90% of players who are 29 years old are closer to decline than they are to getting better.
Okay. Do you think Jalen Hurts makes AJ's job easier or harder in how his style of play is?
Harder. He doesn't. Yeah, it's not a high volume passing offense. AJ got open a lot and didn't
Do you
get
think
the
he
football.
throws on time too?
No, I don't think he throws on time. That's not particularly his trait. His best trait.
Do you think he makes his job harder and Devontae's
Yeah,
job
I do.
harder? Okay,
I do. But what do you? I mean, what does that prove?
That those guys work harder for their touches and targets than other players do with accurate and high volume passers. That means it's going to lead to more yards in other places. Now, again, here's the offset to this. Bro, okay, they're 50 and 18. I mean, you start laughing at the whole conversation at the end of the day because you do this. You got multiple division titles and 2 NFC titles and a Super Bowl win. I mean, after a while, you start, going, okay, so wait a minute. We're just talking about your targets, your catches, and you want to look like a superstar on prom night. Is that what we're doing here? You want to look
I don't get. I don't get. I don't get some of these people. I really don't. I don't get it. Everybody watched A.J. Brown last year. We can cry about the offense. You can cry about Jalen Hurts. You can cry about. Are you serious, guys? Please look yourself in the damn mirror and be honest with me right now. Are you telling me A.J. Brown was the same version of A.J. Brown you saw in 22 and 23?
You can't make that comment because of Barkley in the house.
Oh, BS, Sileo. The ball came his way. He dropped it 3 times in the playoffs. He didn't get separation at the same level. Come on. He wasn't the same player.
That is not the same player because it's not the same offense. You mean to tell me you think the offense is the same the 2 years he got in first?
So A.J. Brown is a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly who will be getting better at 29 years old.
Is he not? No. Is he? Oh, so do you think he's the best receiver you've ever had?
No, I don't. I never really. I mean, he's probably, yeah, he's up there. I mean, he's in the building for sure. You can make an argument him. I like the guys who maybe didn't make such a stink about everything. But
I like.
I mean, Mike. I'll go Mike Quick.
I like all the guys who make it stink. Do you think evaluating quarterbacks in college is harder than when they come out? Seeing how much the pocket quarterbacks is trending down. I think what's happened is the ability to teach these guys how to play the position from the pocket. You're relying on more athletic guys now. You just don't really have a guy. You know what the biggest takeaway for me in 2025 was about Zander Krause? He got a fucking massive lesson in one thing. When that guy came off the Cheetos couch and he watched Phillip Rivers operate an offense. I can't
Dude,
tell.
I watched Phillip when I was younger. No.
He was like this. You watch that guy just point. He's pointing to the guy that he knew he was going to throw the ball to, and he was pointing to him. You don't see that very often any longer in And
No, you really don't.
you just don't. Okay.
Does
He's the
anybody have an
kind.
update on Tiger Woods, by the way? We started the segment talking
I
about it. Do
keep
we know
looking.
if
I don't. Nothing yet. I even sent a text to the sheriff's office.
down there in Jupiter?
Yeah. And over in Tampa too to see if somebody could give me some heads up on what's going on. So, the dude, you know what? He played in an event on Tuesday. Did you see what he did too? There was a
Yeah.
million people that showed up to watch that thing. And everyone was getting juiced up to watch Tiger play in the opening rounds at the Augusta National. And you're like, what a disappointment that'll be, man. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, I'd rather have the guy alive than playing in a damn tournament, but I want the best of both.
They're doing a press conference for the sheriff's department at 5 p.m.
Oh God.
If they don't give any news before that, that would be hard to believe.
I don't see anybody. I think if the guy had passed away,
We were just talking about Jupiter on the show, weren't we? That's where I'm moving.
that's where you want to go.
I'm heading to Jupiter. Tiger, make room.
Let's see here. Oh man.
Here's a funny tweet. We shouldn't even go there yet. Tiger Woods is both the best and worst driver in history.
Dude.
The best driver off a tee box, the worst driver on the road.
Dude. Hey, Tiger, you could drive a golf ball better than you could drive a car.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're not, the longer it goes on like that too. I don't know.
I know. I hope he's all right, but we'll
Me
see.
too, man. Me too, dude. That's
We got to get off AJ Brown. Mike North is going to check in here and think we're crackheads. Every time he checks in on Football Friday, we're talking about AJ Brown.
Yeah, well, I don't think we've been really spending all that much today on it. I think I've been spending more on Myles Garrett today.
Look at it. Look, Sileo is he's like a crackhead. He's like, I need to get back to the AJ Brown conversation.
No. Today it's been more this. I heard you guys say something about when you compared him to, because John said, is he Lawrence Taylor? Here's what Lawrence Taylor's take was on him. Lawrence Taylor said that there's only one dude that he would ever put in the last whatever years in the stadium with him, and he said, kudos to you. He thinks Micah Parsons is a bum. He thinks he's a bum.
Who thinks Micah Parsons is a bum?
Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor was brought to a Giants and a Cowboy game. And you know what he said when he left? He watched him play for a couple plays. Lawrence Taylor's walking out of the building. You know what he said? I guess we'll still be talking about me being the greatest. See you guys later.
Well, he's maybe the one guy who can say that and not get any pushback.
Dude, like I said, there's two dudes in the world. It's Reggie and it's somebody made a great comparison today. Guys, this is your Reggie White going to the Green Bay Packers. This is like Garrett going to the Eagles when Reggie left and went to the Packers. This is like that. Reggie delivered a Super Bowl for the Packers.
I know.
Do you think Myles Garrett delivers a Super Bowl for the Eagles?
I do.
I do too.
I think even you do. Yeah, I could see it on your face.
He's too good. It's too good. It's too
Dude,
good.
with Carter and Davis, in the secondary,
and Vic.
and the linebacker, right, and Vic, and the linebackers, and the secondary. I mean, when you have a secondary that can cover, edge rushers are eating.
Bro, that juice that makes me excited when I think about Vic Fangio and Myles Garrett. The guy, dude, if you had 23 sacks, by the way, tell me this is not an even better transition. Say Vic does retire. Weren't they talking to Jim Schwartz and coming back? Miles Sanders loves Jim Schwartz.
That's so true. They talked to Jim when they thought Vic was leaving.
He loves Jim Schwartz.
See, you know what my fear is, though? Well, I think we'd still all be pretty happy with the trade, but do they give up Carter to do it? I'm with Philly 500 on this. Like, I'll figure out how to get Miles. I can't give up Carter because I think you tenfold your investment in Carter by adding Miles Garrett. Likewise with Jordan Davis.
There's only one guy. When somebody called me out on something today, Sills 2-1s and Cooper, I went.
Sileo is unwilling to move Cooper.
And they went like this. They go, why? And I go, I don't know. I don't want to do it.
Well, what if Cleveland said, I'll give him to you for 2-1s, but I want either Cooper or Quinion?
I'll give you Quinion. I'm not giving you Cooper to Gene. In his zone defense? No way. I'm not giving you Cooper's a better player. I told you when those guys, I started seeing him play, when they started playing, Cooper was going to be better than Q. Yeah, I think he's better than him.
Dude, you know? they're pretty. I know, but you say that like Quinion. Quinion's pretty incredible.
Okay,
too.
Who do you think? Who do you think is better, Q or Cooper?
I kind of think Q's better.
Who does more for your team?
Or what's the more valuable position? You know, outside cornerbacks don't grow on trees, dude. Quinion Mitchell barely gives up catches.
You went to the Super Bowl with James Bradbury.
Yeah, and he was burnt toast on the final play, and we lost the bowl because of it. Don't remind me.
He made the Pro Bowl. He was all pro.
My point. You just proved my point.
He made all pro.
Wait. They lost the Super Bowl when Bradbury played because the guy was a toaster strudel on the last play of the game.
Okay, he's picking out a point. Well, let me follow up with that. Then he signed a contract on a 3-year deal that paid him $18.5, and he made the All-Pro team. How you doing? I mean, hey, the guy was sitting on your Super Bowl roster. Get this. Do you know James Bradbury got a Super Bowl ring?
Yeah, he should have got one. I like James Bradbury. I don't have bad blood. I don't have bad feeling, ill will toward James Bradbury.
Everyone seemingly likes him a lot, too. I hear he's going to be a coach somewhere.
I could see that. I always thought he was a true professional. You know what else I respected a lot about him? And this always is true, which is why I wish more people did this in the moment. You know, how much of a better look is it when you have the camera in your face after that game and James Bradbury just takes full accountability? You know, he doesn't complain about the ref. He doesn't say it was a bad call. I got to be better. I held him. I got to be better there. Now, years into the future, I look back at that with so much more respect for James than getting up there and saying, "Oh, the official and this and that." Take accountability and move on. You're a man. You make good decisions in life. You make bad decisions in life. You have good in life. You have bad in life. Sit there, stand 10 toes tall, take it on the chin, and keep rolling. Get better from it.
That's right, man. You should pass that same advice to your quarterback.
Or AJ Brown.
Yeah.
The quarterback's fine. AJ Brown's the one you need to pass it to.
AJ Brown's the guy that comes out and tells you what's wrong, and people don't want to hear it. He's the big Sills of the Eagles.
I already gave you the stats. I'm not running through them again. This guy, AJ Brown, is a prima donna.
Oh, Jim. Hey, welcome to the group.
You know what I'm still cracking up about?
AJ Owens.
Like, look, here's a super chat. And we're going to get to our super chats. Gabe says, he's declining in age, not in talent. Well, Gabe, he'll be the first player in history who's getting older and not losing any talent. I mean, come on, Gabe.
What take is that, Gabe? He's only old in age, but his talent, he's not.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even add up. That's how you know
his talent's going
emotional.
the other way, but he's 40. I got it.
Ready, everybody? Listen up. Turn off the emotion. Think logically. 29-year-old AJ Brown is not the same player. He's not getting better at this point in his career.
Man, I disagree. I think you're.
You don't disagree. You just want to crap on Hurts. That's all it is.
No, you can't crap on Hurts. Everyone else on the offense got worse last year, except Jalen. I
didn't think Jalen had a good year last year.
Well, Jalen has to have accountability in this too, man. And if he
2 days ago on your show,
and if he's changing
yesterday,
and if he's changing his game, he's changing other people's games in the huddle.
Yeah, but this is what I don't appreciate. You're acting like I haven't acknowledged that and been truthful about that as well. I said yesterday on your program, or 2 days ago, Jalen Hurts has to play better. When you're a bottom-ranked passing offense multiple years in a row, the quarterback of the team has to have some accountability.
M. Krause, I got you.
Oh, BS. M. Reyes, we stand together today, my friend.
Yeah. M. Reyes, I'll tell you what, this guy here, man, holy shit, this guy has got more holes in his game than fucking a Swiss cheese. Unbelievable here. All right, hey, draft coming up in 27 days. Is there too much going on around right now with here's something to think about, Zander. How long do you wait for this Garrett thing? Like
John brought that up this morning. You can't it's bad business to wait.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a Dallas Cowboy thing. We got a lot of Cowboy folks that are in here all the time. Cowboys wait on CeeDee Lamb's deal, or they wait on Dak's deal. Look how that affected them in free agency and how to field and help build the football team. How long are you going to wait here? By the way, according to Drew Rosenhaus, Jonathan Grenard wants 30 large. He wants 30 large. So I guess you're out on him too.
All of a sudden, I got to be honest. All of a sudden, that Jonathan Grenard trade just, I don't know. I got Myles Garrett available, and you want me to get excited about Johnny Grenard?
This is a post. Did you see the numbers for post June 1 for Garrett?
What are they?
Let me put them up here. They're really, the restructuring that they did, bro. Listen to this. Okay. Here, let me, because somebody sent this to me, Myles Garrett. Okay, here are the numbers. So get this. With the new language, the Browns would take a $41.09 million cap hit if they traded him before June 1. They would get to spread it out over 2 years. And if they did it after June 1, it's 15.3.
Not bad.
So, wait, here's the thing. They just did that just to wake up in the morning and do that.
I think they're going to move them. I think they're going to move them.
What if they move them to Philly 500's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, people think that's trouble. I'm sorry, everybody, but that is trouble. I mean, that was the best offense in football last year. That's a good offense. If you give them a defense, but they had Micah Parsons, they didn't do a whole lot. But now they got Quinnen, they got Gary. If they use their draft picks, which they might not have any left, after Garrett, so maybe they won't be able to get a corner or a safety or any of those things. But I don't know. We'll see. I do think it'd be trouble.
How about if they move them to the Commanders, who have the second most salary cap space?
You can go there and die on the vine. That's like going from Cleveland to Cleveland. No difference. You and the Commander. I don't know what the Commanders must have sent out, like a mosquito or something that zapped McMullen and Sileo, because you guys and the Commanders, like, they win like 11 games 1 year of like the last 20, and you talk about them like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. The team stinks.
It's easy. The quarterback's got phenomenal talent,
and everybody around him stinks. Joe Burrow's got phenomenal talent. What did the bank?
Understood. They got to get better. They've only been in charge 2 years. So I got it.
Are you telling me that guy Adam Peters has impressed you in 2 years?
In 2 years, he's been to an NFC championship game, and they haven't been in 25 years. And they drafted.
Oh, come on.
He's been there 2 years.
Beginner's luck last year, 2 years ago now.
Hey, bro, help me out here. How long did it take Howie to get to a Super Bowl?
Dude, Adam Peters is a stiff, and he fumbled Jaden Daniels on a rookie contract.
Well, his first
game, I will forever find it funny.
He got the quarterback right in his first try.
Okay, and he fumbled everything around the quarterback,
It's
and then he
2
forgot
years.
that,
He's only been in
quarterback
the
is
league
not
2 years
golf,
as the GM.
quarterback is not wrestling,
Bro,
quarterback or football is not boxing, and you
bro,
realize, hey, I need more than the
okay.
quarterback, but he fumbled everything around him.
Now you sound like the Eagles and how they handle coordinators. The guy's been there 2 years. I mean, hang in there, man.
See how he's turned it into a little shot, dude. You can. I'm not. I didn't say anything bad about Jaden. I said that they fumbled every opportunity to take the quarterback on a rookie contract and build a roster around him. Let me ask you this: Mike North just checked in. Perfect timing. What team has taken the rookie contract of their quarterback and put better pieces around them to have sustained success? The Chicago Bears or the Washington Commanders? They were 1 and 2 in the draft, weren't they? Jaden and Caleb.
Yeah. And they went out, and Adam Peters has how long has he been in there? I mean, not Adam Peters, Ryan Poles. How long has he been a general manager? This guy was
He's
getting
made quite a
murdered.
bit of moves, though,
This
dude.
guy was getting murdered by Mike North for at least 4 years before he ended up landing on these moves. That's my point. Okay, so hang
Dude,
in there,
you
Junior.
just you have different standards for you like Jaden, so you have a longer leash for the Commanders. Objectively, that general manager, outside of the Jaden Daniels draft pick, has made almost every wrong decision around him.
Okay, well, guess what? You think 25 years or 30 years of Daniel Snyder running that program into the toilet for 25 years, you're changing that overnight? That's not
Well,
happening.
you told me they changed it overnight when they went to the NFC Championship game. Now you're using it as an
No, no,
excuse as
no,
to why
no,
they went
no.
back to
That's
4
the
wins.
point. They made magic in 1 year there of them being in charge.
Yeah,
Josh,
and
Josh
then after
Harrison's
that
only owned
season,
the team for 2 years.
and then after that season, when they showed the promise, he proceeded to make them the oldest roster in the National Football League, to
Because
which
of
I
the
told you was
holes
not going
on
to
the
work.
team of the previous regime. Hey, if
It
you
was
got
it was
shitty
awful
draft choices,
GMing.
hold on. If you got shitty draft choices from decades of bad drafting, you think you're turning that over in 1 day?
No, I agree that it takes time, but I don't think he made any good move after the emergence of Jaden Daniels as his quarterback.
My boy's gonna
And remember, I want to remind everybody, Sileo is holding on to his take that last year's Commanders would win the NFC East. They proceeded to win 4 football games last year.
and I do say that with great regret. But I do say this: that always comes back to big sales. I said the Eagles would win 11 games and get worked over in the opening round of the playoffs, and you'd be one and done. How you doing?
All right, let me rattle some
Let's
supers.
get
I got to
some of these
rattle these.
before I get like my ass kicked by Mike North here,
I know
man.
because we got a few of them here.
Yeah.
Prince says the NFL won't allow this now that Zander said that. Think about it. They hated the tush push. Imagine a line where you have to block Carter, Davis, Miles, and Smitty with our second. Well, what does Smitty get to do with it? But anyway, Carter, Davis, and Miles would be insane.
No doubt. It would be a great front seven.
Tortyville says Garrett, Carter, Q, Coop, and Vaughn. This team would lead the league in generating turnovers, which equals points.
What if Myles Garrett goes to the Bears?
Do they have? I'd have to look a little better at their situation to see if that would make sense. If I'm them, I'm worried about replacing Drew Dahlman, the center who just retired. Here's Khaled. Wouldn't it make sense for both sides to make a trade because Browns at least need a decade to be a contender. Get the picks and stock up. I agree. The Browns stink. They're not going to be good. And by the way, guys, they don't want A.J. Brown. Why would they want a 30-year-old, $32 million wideout? A-Team says front office-wise, Browns and Eagles are close. Even if Garrett likes Dallas and his family are fans, he knows deep down Eagles are real contenders. Yeah, and Andrew Berry's a former Howie Roseman guy. Another guy who's, riding on the reputation, who hasn't done a very good job.
Bears are out. You ready for this? Get $243,000 in salary cap.
Yeah, they can clear. You know how cap is, though. The Cowboys just made $100 million out of cap space out of thin air.
$240,000. That's Mike.
What's
North,
on that? Who do they even have
North
that
cover that?
Yeah, he's gonna have to tell me. Right? Do you think evaluating quarterbacks in college is harder when they come out seeing how much the pocket quarterback is trending down? Yeah, they don't play like that anymore in college.
No, they don't develop them like that any longer. Absolutely.
All right, here's a couple more. Intern says there's a shelf life for different positions. Why can't people understand this? A 35-year-old defensive end can still be good. A 31-year-old wide receiver is not a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. I think you get Reggie White was great all the way until he was 36.
Dan says it's going to be huge here in Augusta next week, yeah, especially with this Tiger news. He's declining in age. We already read that dumbass take. Sorry, Gabe, but that was legitimately what a bad take that was, my friend. Kyle says, you think it's a real possibility Eagles take Chris Bell round 2? He came in on a pre-draft visit. Eagles brought in the Miami tackle. I like Chris Bell. I think he'd be a good option for the team.
Okay.
2 more.
Martin County Sheriff says that the local fire department was there and extracted him out of his car.
He's good, though. Is he alive? We haven't even heard if the guy's alive
yet. Okay.
Mikey says Josh Harris has done nothing owning 2 other teams. Agreed. Guy stinks. So, by the way, you act like I don't have Josh Harris experience. I'm a Sixer fan. Okay. The guy's a stiff. He's not much of an improvement over Dan Snyder, who's pretty easy to improve on. Right kidney, left foot, and spleen for miles. Tim, I'm with you. Take all of Philly, man.
Absolutely, man.
All right, brother.
All right, are we good? Because I'm going to get my ass kicked here by Mike North here. That's what he's going to kick
Yeah,
me.
We're good.
Get
me out of here.
Out of here.
I took that's 2 straight days of taking Sileo to the woodshed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm starting to build a streak here. I'm starting to build a streak.
Really? Okay, yeah. So A.J. Brown's losing a step, but the quarterback's not. I got it.
I didn't say that.
I did.
That's Mike North if A.J. Brown's losing the step. We'll see what he says about the 29-year-old.
They changed the offense.
All right, Sills, I'm out of here.
Right.
Later, brother.
All right. You make sure. Love you, brother. All good, man. All right, there. Yeah. Holy cow. I bet this screws up Mike North's golf game this coming week. I just pray to God that Tiger's okay here, but this has got to screw up his Masters in his Masters pool here if Tiger can't play. Now, here's something that they're reporting here, that it looks like there's no injuries to anyone involved. And supposedly his condition is reported as okay. Still a developing story. So yet we'll keep you updated on that. Without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, our Friday guest each and every single week is the legendary Mike North. He joins us now right here on the program. How you doing, brother?
Good. I've never met anybody that's been in 2 rollovers in one lifetime. You know? That guy's
I've never met anybody. Wait, one guy, Jerome.
And almost lost his life because his wife killed him almost with a golf club. Man. The same guy. He's never rebounded from that. He's never. Tiger Woods has never picked himself up. He got that one Masters where everybody else wilted. He ended up winning. The injuries that were caused by the one accident where there was something wrong with this guy. Look, I saw the road. It looks like the Andy Griffith show. You know, when they're whistling, walking down by the creek. It looks like a dirt road. What kind of rollover are you getting into? I mean, really, it's just like he's got to be on something. I don't know what else you could say. I mean, I've never met anybody that's been in 2 rollovers. I know Cam Newton was in one about a few years back, but nothing from that. They get out unscathed, thank God. Hopefully he's okay. But ever since the golf club,
Mike, here's something that just came down. Tiger was involved in a rollover incident in Jupiter, Florida. Authorities say it was a 2-car collision with one vehicle rolling over. One person was reported stable while another refused to go to the hospital. Per local officials, no injuries have been reported as of yet.
Wow, that's good. I mean, but my God, how many times this guy's got 9 lives, you know? And it hasn't been good for Tiger for a long time. And, you know, they're trying to tell me, oh, is he good? I don't care if he plays in the Masters. It doesn't matter to me anymore. His aura is gone. People still want to see him. He's a sideshow now. I said that back then. And I'm sticking to my guns on that.
Yeah, but Mike, Nicholas was a sideshow when he got into his 50s. I wanted to see Jack on Thursdays and Fridays. I never expected Jack to be on Saturdays and Sundays, but I wanted to see Player and Jack And I wanted to see Palmer in Thursdays and Fridays because of the energy of what those guys meant to the golf course. I mean, golf's the only sport that you get to have the past and the present still perform. And
there's no doubt. There's no doubt. But Nicklaus didn't span 2 decades, his career. And he won his first in 1960, and then he wins the Masters in 86, for God's sake.
Correct. So, over 5.5 decades.
Just the guy just consistent. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, that's what I felt about Palmer. Look, Arnold Palmer and I share the same birthday. He was the first star I ever saw as a kid on TV. If I was going to write a book and somebody said, who was the first superstar you ever saw on television? And I'd say as a 7-year-old back in 1959, Arnold Palmer. I mean, I watched Talk with my dad.
Mike, when I used to do a radio show in Orlando when I first got started, and we would go over to Bay Hill.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the Arnold Palmer Invitational then, or maybe it was. I
don't think it was probably yet.
No, it was Bay Hill Invitational.
Yeah,
you're right.
Bay Hill.
So guy sticks his head around. I don't even remember what I'm talking about. And he sticks his head around and he goes, "Hey, how you doing, Dan?" And he's got his little dog called Mulligan, and it was an Irish setter. I go, "Mr. Palmer."
There you go.
I went. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
And
I just looked at him. I go, "Mr. Palmer, how you doing?" He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I go, "Please, do you have a couple minutes?" He goes, "Absolutely." This guy sat down with me for 35 minutes. My wife was producing my show, and I had Arnold Palmer in front of me who sat with kings, queens, and presidents his entire life. Eisenhower and him were boys. And I'm sitting there just watching this guy going, this is freaking Arnold Palmer, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the very few guys that made me do this. That's Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, when I got to interview him, I was honored. I'll tell you, I'll give you another name drop. Sinatra, same way. I'm with Frank Sinatra. That's all I kept thinking to myself when I'm sitting at a table with him. I'm with Frank Sinatra. I used to watch him on my living room floor with my mom and dad. Now, I'm with them. Then I got to know him, and I went with them a couple more times. But those guys get to another level. Palmer, Sinatra. I don't think Nicklaus had that. Nicklaus never had the charisma of Palmer. Plus, you had Arnie's Army that hated at the time.
It did.
Jack Nicklaus, folks, he comes on now. He's wearing yellow and Barb's with them, and they're skipping down the well, I don't know if they're skipping anymore, but they're walking, and they're very nice people. He was a villain. For anybody that liked Arnold Palmer, which was me, we wanted Jack Nicklaus to lose every week if it was Palmer against him. But, eventually Arnie started to slip, and Jack just eased in, and he's become as likable as Palmer was to me.
Yeah.
In his later years.
Period. Well, I think a lot had to do with the friendship and how Jack basically had to stop being so serious about everything. And I think Arnold was the guy. If you've ever been around Palmer, I mean,
he's great.
He just lights a room up. And I'll say this to you, that I think the two dudes that had the most impact on professional golf is Arnold Palmer and Tiger Woods when it comes to television.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about resume. I'm talking because here's the one thing that people forget about Nicklaus. Nicklaus is 18 majors plus his 2 U.S. amateurs. He finished second 19 times.
Yeah.
In those majors.
Oh, no. And he finished, he was 39 times second or third. 39 combined.
Yeah. In majors.
They would have told him, I'm convinced, if, he even said for about a 3-4 year span where he didn't win nothing. Folks, everybody went into slumps. Don't think, Jordan Spieth, I don't know if he's in a slump. He won early. Same with Koepka. I don't know if they're going to come back. But, they keep saying they're coming back. Some guys get into slumps. Nicklaus was in a slump for 4 or 5 years. 4 years where he didn't win.
Wait, Mike. After he won the 1980 United States Open at Baltusrol,
it was
6 years until he won his next major championship. That was at the Masters when he won in 86.
Yeah, I mean, so you know what? And he just, but the Masters reinvented him. The Masters put him in another. Well, now you're 46 years old and you're pulling this stuff, huh? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to wait till you're in your mid-40s and beat a bunch of other guys that are 20. So that was a magical win for him. I think it pedestaled him to make himself undoubtedly now the ambassador. Him and Tiger, no doubt. If you would have told Nicholas someday there may be a kid that's going to try to catch every major you have, I think he wins 3 or 4 more. I just think he said at some point he took his talent for granted, and it ended up hurting him.
Let me ask you this about Tiger, though. Then we're going. As much as he won 14 majors, he's tied Snead for the ultimate number for the most wins on PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Yet with all the sidebar things that went on in his life, as great as he was, do you think he underachieved that as great a talent as he has, that he never really completely was focused on really delivering in that talent? Because Jack thought he was going to win 25 major championships.
I'm telling you, I was on the air in Chicago, and I almost said, I'm sick of hearing about Tiger Woods. I don't think he's going to amount to Hill of Beans, but I kept my mouth shut.
He's got 15 majors, by the way.
Yeah, but I kept my mouth shut. I watched him golf a few times. I said, man, I don't think he's ever going to catch Jack. Nobody's going to catch Jack. Well, in my opinion, and this is what haunts Tiger Woods, I was saying to myself, he's going to catch Jack. And then all hell broke loose. Then he got married. Then he got in the car accidents. Then he had some other issues, and the divorce, and all hell broke loose. The pancake waitress.
This is a good take here, though. Jack never faced the amount of depth that you had. Now, I would say this.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
But wait, at the top, you're right here. Player, Nicholas, Palmer, Watson, Casper.
I mean, you had Julius Boros. You had some players. You had Trevino.
But, Mike, it wasn't as deep.
Well, who are you talking about? Got her up? Who are we talking about today? Who did Tiger have? Mickelson?
Mike, you don't think it's deeper today than it was?
All right, let me ask you something. Tell me how deep Tiger's group was in his generation. There was nobody besides Mickelson and what's his name, the Spaniard, Garcia. It was Mickelson and Garcia, because Tiger was the only guy worth it. I mean, don't ask me what happened, but you look at who Palmer had to play. I mean, Nicholas, Player and Ben Hogan, and Arnold Palmer. Those 3 alone. The argument's over. There's nobody Tiger had to face that had the resume of Nicholas and of Trevino and of Palmer and those guys. There is nobody. Now, that's not Tiger's fault. Tiger could have played in any era. I'm not taking nothing against him. He just couldn't have driven back then, maybe, because the roads were maybe. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but Nicholas played much deeper fields than Tiger did, in my opinion.
Okay, here's something too that Jack said. Jack says he's the greatest iron player of all time.
Well, Jack's not going to say he is.
Well,
Eric Clapton, you know what Eric Clapton always says? Jimi Hendrix was the greatest guitar player of all time when they asked him. But you know what I'd say? I'd say I am, if I'm Eric Clapton, because he is, in my opinion, because longevity matters.
Words coming out now, Mike, that Tiger Woods escapes without injuries after Range Rover.
He's a lucky guy. He's got a horseshoe up his. You know what? He's the only guy that's got a black cloud hanging over him while he's got a horseshoe up his ass at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It looks like you're knocking like Bob Dylan said, knocking on heaven's door, unless you're Tiger, because I guess you could cut across a freeway, run into trees, get deep with a golf club. The guy just keeps coming back. God bless him. And then, he could literally, the media needs to wean themselves off him. When a Tiger could fart and they're going, he's coming back. He's coming back,
Mike, I was looking forward to seeing the guy. I won't lie. I was looking forward. I love this, man. I was looking forward to seeing him.
Well, I don't have nothing against seeing him, but look, I saw Elvis. Okay? I saw Elvis. I would have preferred if I saw Elvis in 68, in 62. I saw him in 77. Okay? I saw the guy when he actually looked like, I mean, he was huge, and he did a great show and everything. I would have, but you're seeing Tiger at the wrong time now. Tiger's done. Why don't people let it go? I understand how important he was. I can't let go of Palmer at times. I know either can the golf world. That's how important these guys were. But eventually we got to move on. And, for people that didn't see Tiger Woods would not be replaced, Scotty Scheffler and these other guys, I think Liv put a crimp in the plans, but you see Koepka coming back. Why the PGA is bending over backwards for Koepka and watching him and trying to promote him is beyond me. He tried to ruin him. So, I got another theory about another story for that for another day myself.
How about this one? So supposedly Tom Brady had contacted the NFL and was talking about potentially coming back because he was in a flag football game this past weekend.
I saw it.
First and foremost, what'd you make in a flag football game?
First of all.
And what'd you make of Brady saying that he contacted the league and wanted to know what the
only in the softness of the NFL in today's game would a quarterback be anxious to come back and play, even if he couldn't play anymore. Because Brady has always said this. I found it. This is how soft the game is. If you touch a quarterback now, back in the day, they mangled him. There's pictures, you can look them up, of quarterbacks.
Look at what they did to McMahon.
Oh, yeah. There's quarterbacks bent backwards. There's guys that they got the quarterback like this and they're throwing them down. But Brady would say, I love playing a team twice in one season. That would have never been said in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s because quarterbacks were brutalized. You never wanted to see the 85 Bears after one time. You never wanted to see the Steelers after one time, the 76 Steelers, or the Eagles, or the Packers. You don't want to see a lot of these teams, the great Packer teams. You didn't want to see Lombardi's face. But Brady, knowing it's touch football almost now for quarterbacks in the NFL, making 50, 60 million a year, why wouldn't you try or entertain it? And what would be in it for you at the end? Because Brady's turned into the absolute mercenary of mercenaries. Any money he can make now, he's going
$75 million he made last weekend.
Yeah.
For 3 hours of work.
I'd be there. I got to be honest. I admire the man, for many reasons. I admire where he came from and how he did it. So, I mean, he's a hell of a
85 Bears, defense or Gang Green with Reggie. Who do you think's the better defense?
I will never turn on my boys. That's it. That's 85, baby. We had the best defensive and offensive lines. You know how the trenches are. You got to have the boys, and you got.
Plus, they had multiple Hall of Famers.
Yeah, we had. They were. I'm not taking nothing away against any of those teams. I admire. Look, as a kid growing up in the '60s, I know everything about every NFL team in the 1960s. You can ask me about the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'll go from Chuck Bednarik to Tommy McDonald to Norm Snead. I'll go all night long.
Okay, wait. Then do me a favor. Butkus, Bednarik, Nitsky, Huff. Rank those four.
They were all savages. I mean, all four of them. That's the way the linebacker. Mike Curtis has to take a back seat to them. He's a B tier. A Mike Lucci, a Willie Lanier. The middle linebacker in the 1960s was the star of the show in a lot of teams.
They were the face of the NFL.
The face of the damn team. Nick Butkus was the face of the Bears.
Yep.
The quarterback wasn't. Ray Nitschke many times.
Bednarik too.
Mike Lucci of the Lions. You had Wayne Walker on one side. Lem Barney. I see top 10 cornerback lists, and I never see his name. I go, you got to be kidding me. Lem Barney was as good as anybody. Had 10 interceptions his rookie year. The 60s football, in my world, for savagery, brutalization, entertainment of the fans, ticket price, good seats, lousy television, but you did what you had to do, was the golden age to me.
Okay, well, let me ask you then this. What did you have a funner time at, watching a Chicago Bear game at Wrigley or a Cubs game at Wrigley?
Oh, they're both gold, but the Bears at Wrigley was just like magic on earth. I mean, you could hear the signals being barked out. I mean, because the third base line at Wrigley, you see how the third base line is, that was the sideline.
Huh.
So the fans are like 10 feet away. And you're hearing 42, 29. You can hear it. So it was like a magical place. Then, I mean, but it's everything changes. But I'm happy that, like I said today, they're making a big deal out of this Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan BS. And Isaiah Thomas, first of all, I got in a big deal again with him back in the day when I said you were.
Well, what's the latest, Mike? What's the latest on it?
Well, the latest was that he says Kevin Durant could have won 6 titles playing for the Bulls with Pippen and Rodman. I know, please. I know. I don't know what's happened to the guy. Jordan ruined him. But I had to make a video on North to North, folks. Check it out. That's all I got to say. Because his criteria was, first of all, Durant would have been broken in half in the 80s. Okay? They wouldn't have 240 totals. 240, 235. They'd be 190. Jordan never played without a hand on his hip. Never. Ever.
Lampier would have murdered him.
Oh, my God. I mean, so.
Anthony Mason and Rodman and
Ewing.
Those
Ewing
guys
was a bitch, man.
Charles Oakley would have murdered that guy.
Oh, my God. Lampier. But what I told Zeke is simple. First of all, Durant's a front runner. He went to a team already won, left, and they won without him. Okay, that's Golden State. But you can argue that if Magic Johnson was on Isaiah Thomas's Detroit teams, I got news for you, Isaiah. They would have won more than 2 titles. Okay? Taking
I
you
will
out.
say this, though. I will say this.
He was a good little ball player.
Hold on. He had a winning record versus Jordan, Bird, and Magic in the playoffs.
Okay. And I will say this. He didn't retire, and the team got broken up much right after their championship years. So I get where you're coming from. But he did get supplanted by Jordan.
Yeah.
And I love Zeke. He's from Chicago, but he's
Mike,
never
does
gotten
that really come back to that handshake where guess
yes.
what? Does that really come back to where
Zeke, I got on here. I was on here.
Jordan and him, like they had this great respect, or was it this that you just got through saying Isaiah's from Chicago?
Yeah.
Jordan comes into his city.
Yes.
He takes his city over.
Okay.
Yes. And then all of a sudden he's winning games in his city. And then all of a sudden when the Bulls turned the tide and knocked them out in the Eastern Conference Finals,
yes,
he walks off the court
absolutely.
and doesn't shake his hand. You think that whole thing, even Dream Team,
I
and
know
all of that goes back
all
to
of
that.
It's a clear hatred. And if Jordan hates you, you're finished.
You are.
And that's just now Zeke has made mistakes. Let me tell you something. When he said Larry Bird was just another player, if he would have been black, that was a racial statement. That was wrong. Okay. So, he should have, apologized. Bird came and saved his ass. Saved his ass.
He did. Press conference the next day. They came in and they
saved his ass. Otherwise, Bird could have said, yeah, that was racial. And
I don't think Bird even liked him that much.
No, I don't think. And Magic Johnson and him had problems. So whose fault really is all Isaiah Thomas's problems?
Zeke.
It's Isaiah's. That's what it is, folks. But Michael Jordan, believe me when I tell you this, was stronger, better. And I'm not taking nothing away from Zeke. A better dribbler, better defender, better scorer, everything better than Isaiah Thomas. So just stay in your lane. Because Isaiah Thomas, I will tell you this, Zeke, and you know me, we're both Chicago guys. Been watching ball since 61. Jordan's the best I ever saw. Chamberlain's number 2, and then after that, throw the whole ball of wax in if you want. But those are my 2.
Can I tell you, watching him play live for me was,
I
show up, I'm watching him play in Golden State when I was on KMBR, and every time they came into town, there was just like an angry energy that he played with like, it was
I'm gonna kill you.
It was just 48 minutes of in your face, talking shit, dropping dimes.
Well, Bird and Magic not only came and changed.
Man,
They talked trash to everybody.
Mike, do you agree? You don't really see that kind
of
driven energy like that in basketball.
No. You don't see it as much as you
even from LeBron.
Look, I'm reading about Luka now. Look, with all due respect to Luka, you would not in the 80s or 90s have put up 3 40-point games in a row.
Bird had what Michael had. He had that
Larry Bird. Look, if you give me this team, I'll take Bird, Magic, Jordan, Chamberlain, and Shaq. We're not losing a game.
Shit.
We're not losing a game. I'll have Chamberlain up by the top of the key. I'll have Shaq underneath. I got Bird on the wing. I got Magic up front and Jordan on the other.
Hey, Mike, if you just gave me Jordan and Magic and Larry, and you wanted to fill in with anyone else after that, I'm good with who you want.
Me and the Big S.
Yeah. If you want, give me Olajuwon. I don't care who you want to put down there. If you got those three on the court, I mean, you know
how sad it is? I got to sit through these games that I bet. And by the way, in golf, I'm cold right now. Golf matchups. I might have to jump off that pretty soon, folks. Anyway, I got to be honest with you. I bet the games. These guys don't even work up a sweat. They're not playing that hard. They're taking time off. They don't play as hard. Look, I'm a boomer. I'm an older guy. I loved 80s and 90s when they tried to take the guys' heads off. They tried to kill Jordan. They literally tried to kill him on the court, the Pistons. They tried to kill him. I'm not kidding. They tried to, Lambeer tried to intentionally, I know this, put Bird and Jordan out, period. That's how hard he came at him.
That famous fight when Lambeer got him on the ground and Bird threw the ball at him.
Bird gave a good shot.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you, Danny. I always, when I love watching your reaction pictures with you at Miami when you're on Twitter.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, it gets me perked up a little bit. I get up in the morning, I'm a little sluggish. I see you getting up for making another tackle, my friend. Yeah.
I found Grok. I found out how to make pictures better.
That's great. I like them.
Yeah,
I get to see you in action. The one where you're like this. The one like you're like this. I think you're on Tampa Bay. It looks like you're saying to yourself.
Yeah,
it looks like you're saying yourself. I don't know if I'm going to make it for the rest of the year. I got to be honest.
No. What it was this. Yeah, I don't know, man. Ray Perkins is not that great a coach. I don't know what we're doing here, man. I don't know, man. What's going on here with Ray
Perkins? Oh,
by the way, we got to go play the Bears, and we had Hey, I'm going to tell you one thing about that Bears 87, that team that I played against. Dude, your defense changed when you got rid of Wilbur.
Of course it did. Vince Tobin made him vanilla.
When they got rid of Wilbur.
Of course, you got rid of a guy that was equal at that point of his career to Lawrence Taylor, in my opinion.
Killing guys.
Wilbur Marshall was a stoned assassin. If you needed guys with you that you could depend on to kill somebody maybe on the football field, Jack Tatum would be 1. Wilbur Marshall would be 2. Butkus would be 3. Bednarik, who basically almost killed Frank Gifford on the football field, put him out of football for a year, where Frank was going, who am I? For a year. They were saying, he was eating his food out of a straw, for Christ's sake. That's men.
Man, Wilbur was hey, Buddy Ryan loved Wilbur Marshall.
I loved him. 55.
Man, hey, just loved him. Mike, what makes the NCAA a better watch than the NBA? Ratings are off the charts right now.
Effort. Trying hard. Not having a coach cry that we should play only 72 games instead of 82 games like Steve Kerr. Not having a coach say this game is too fast-paced now. The legs can't hold on. Not having players wimp out. That the game, the college game, there's guys diving for balls. I mean, it's about, this is my shot maybe. I may never be in the NBA. I may not even play overseas. That's what makes this tournament, and it's fun because it's condensed.
Mike, here's something that Dan Hurley said. I mean, Michigan State plays UConn tonight.
Yeah, going to be a good game.
He said this. He goes, he was asked the question that Tom Izzo Michigan State head coach, was asked,
I love
why
that,
does the media have a problem with coaches coaching players so hard? And Dan Hurley,
they're a bunch of wusses.
This is what he said. Dan Hurley of UConn said, society has gotten soft in a lot of ways.
Right.
The world is a tough and cruel place. I'm preparing my men for life.
That was my dad's speech to me when I was 6.
Is that the time you got beat up by what's his name?
Bobby Burns? No.
Yeah, him.
Bobby Burns. I got beat up by Bobby Burns. I came home. I told my old man, he goes, what happened to you? I got in a fight with Bobby Burns. Well, don't let him get away with that. Go back and fight him again. You get the better of him. I go, my dad got me all riled up. I go back like 3 days later. I see Bobby Burns. I lost to him again. I lost 2 fights in the span of 4 days to Bobby Burns. No, but my dad was like a disciplinarian. So kids want discipline. Isaiah Thomas, speaking of him, he'll tell you, I wanted him to go to DePaul with Mark Aguirre. We would have won a national championship. We almost won one with Aguirre and Cummings.
Ron Myers.
Yeah, with Ray Myers.
Myers.
But Ray Myers, his mother, Bobby Knight, visited Isaiah Thomas's mother on Austin Avenue. Not the greatest area in town. In his front room. And said, I'll take care of your boy. He'll win a championship and nothing's going to happen to him. He's going to go to school. That was
Love that. Mike,
that was it. And Isaiah Thomas went there and wins a championship.
2 last ones here for you. Alex Bergman this year for the Cubs. What are you expecting from him?
Well, I'm not expecting as much as other people are. I want him to be healthy. That's the first thing. I don't want him to be hurt. Yesterday, if we're going to go by yesterday, you want to just walk off a cliff if you want to look at what both the Sox and Cubs did yesterday. But it's just one game sample. Their pitching is suspect. Can Justin Steele come back from an injury? Matthew Boyd. I see where Skeens and Boyd, the World Baseball Classic wusses, pitched, and they got beat up a little bit. So, you got to wonder about him. The pitcher, Imanaga, for the Cubs, Shota, he's hittable, very hittable. So I'm worried about the pitching. The Brewers are not favored to win it. The Cubs are, and I don't think that should be the case. Although the Brewers they just keep winning. They let go of Peralta. And boy, I watched the Mets yesterday, folks. If you're a Met fan, one game doesn't matter except you get to see what's possible. And what's possible is what I saw. A very good Met team yesterday. So yeah, I think that it's gonna be a tough one. The over-under for the Cubs is 88, and I thought it would be higher because I think you got to win 90 plus to get into the playoffs.
Hey, Mike, there's reports now there was alcohol.
What a shock
in this Tiger thing here.
What a shock.
Tiger rolls his car again. Second, you're right. I've never heard of a guy rolling over.
That guy's been in more rollovers than Petty.
There's a report he's being charged.
I want to know how many rollovers Richard Petty's been in. Richard Petty been racing since he was 11. He's 103. How many rollovers has Richard Petty been in? I bet you he hasn't been in 2 rollovers in the span of a year and a half. Look, Tiger had his whole world taken from him. He can't have a side piece anymore. It's over. You know what I'm saying? He can't because everybody sees, their pictures and everything else. He can't live the life he wants to live. So how do you get in the car? How do you get there must be 5 cars on Jupiter Island. It sounds like that kind of place.
It is. Now, by the way.
How the hell you getting a rollover on Jupiter Island?
Wait, there's a report
you're not in London running
there's
from
a
the
report
cops.
that Tiger's been arrested.
Well, no, the guys, wait, can we agree that if you want to make a movie about him, okay, you can do a puff piece or you can tell the truth, okay? And it would be a hell of a movie because this guy here, he's an arch criminal. It looks like in a lot.
I'm just saying.
Right? I'm being honest. Hey. Jack Nicklaus said, I'll never forget what Nicklaus said. And he always took the high road and said, Tiger's going to beat me, even though I'm
going to say something. Tiger Woods, if this is true that he's been arrested for DUI for rolling his car, he's a moron.
Right. You know what I mean? Try driving the Kennedy Expressway at 7 o'clock, completely blind, and make it a 60-hour trip and make it home. And you can't drive down the country road. Come on.
Come
right?
on, man. You can't.
I'm telling you. Look, the guy.
You're calling him an arch criminal. Listen to this.
Let me ask you something.
Has been arrested on the
Scotty Scheffler and him have been in handcuffs more than Manson was for the first few. I mean, seriously. Scotty, I see how's golf doing when the two main guys have been in handcuffs over the last 2 years? You know?
Tiger's arrested for DUI.
Well, what's so hard to do? I used to drink. I got 2 DUIs. What's so hard?
Have you ever rolled your car twice in 5 years?
What? No, I never rolled over my car. I got caught, but I got out of them. This was before you had to blow. Otherwise, this was way back in the day. They changed the rules. Now you got to blow. If you don't blow, then you lose your license anyway. So,
I'm not blowing anything or anything.
But did you ever get into? I mean, I don't want to get into your personal life, you know. And by the way,
I'm not doing.
I had 2 of them. I'm not afraid to say it. I haven't drank for 20 years, but I had 2 of them. It's just a pain in the ass. But you know, I went on the air the next day, and you know, it was still hard. I had to come. I came out and told everybody. But I mean, look.
Mike,
I love drinking. I love drinking, but it causes problems for you.
How are you Tiger Woods and you don't know better than this?
Well, what do you want him to do? He lives on
Jupiter Island. I want him to get a driver or like.
How big is Jupiter Island? Is that where Stallone lives? I've seen it.
No, Jupiter is like a very, 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 right. Very, very.
How many people does it have?
I would say 100,000 people.
Okay, so it's big. It's like it's a big place. All right.
Greg Norman lives there, and all kinds of huge people live there and all that.
So I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of people that drink on that island. I'm sure there's accidents. I'm sorry it happened to him, but the guy's been troubled since his wife tried to take his head off with the golf club. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. I mean, the guy liked the pancake waitress. If you remember correctly, I mean,
they were actually what was the name of the place?
Some of the most outstanding women you could ever meet are people back in the day were waitresses. You know what I mean? And Tiger had a fetish for pancake waitresses.
Wait, I'm wrong, Mike. It's 820 to 870 people are residents on Jupiter Island.
That's 870 people. So we went from 100,000.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
All right, now let me ask you something, handsome. And I say that with much respect. How the hell do you get in a rollover? That's like living in a cul-de-sac, okay, and making the turn too sharp on the cul-de-sac and turning over. He had to be annihilated. He had to be gone.
He was arrested.
Okay, well, you act like you're in shock. This guy's got a record. He's like
Tiger's never been arrested before. He's been arrested now.
Well, was he arrested? Didn't he get arrested for going across the highway? He got lucky then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they didn't arrest him. There was no alcohol. There was no alcohol at the Remember, he got hurt at the Genesis. And he got a couple years back, he was at the Genesis hosting that event. And he was in Palisades and he rolled over. And there was, now that we look back at it, maybe people were covering. I don't know.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. All you have to do is read about Hollywood in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. The busiest people going were the public relations people that were snuffing out all the problems. That they're big time stars from Errol Flynn to Clark Gable, Robert Young. All these people had problems. Van Johnson. And they had people that were hired to talk to the cops and to snuff everything out. Well, Tiger's probably had that happen to him. Probably a lot. Look at the stuff. There's stuff that goes on in the NBA and sports that we'll never even know about. That would be like we'd be going, oh my God. You know.
Wait a minute. Here's some more news. So Tiger was in his rollover. The breathalyzer was 0, but refused the urine test, and police suspected he was on some type of medication.
Of course.
My wife just said, she goes like this, I want to party with Tiger.
Yeah.
Mike. She goes like this, she'll drive.
I'm going to tell you something right now. When you don't drink When you drink, believe me when I tell you this, folks, I loved it. But there's always, if you drink 3, 4, 5 days a week out of the 7, there's going to be a couple times you're going to trip up. That's if you do it on a consistent basis, period. And if you don't, you'll live a much better existence, believe me. That's all I'm telling you.
Wow,
you know?
Man.
Look, you're fascinated. You're fascinated. I don't know if you're happy about it, if you're sad about it. I think you're you're glowing. Oh, you're actually glowing.
It's content for me as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, it's content.
Well, hey.
I mean, he's a compelling figure. He's a guy that moves the needle. He's a guy that's one of the greatest ratings dudes. I mean,
he was.
He's a train wreck.
But you want to know something?
We cover. Why do you think we do this, Mike, on the highway? Every time there's a rollover or there's an accident, everyone stops no matter what. And we look at the accident and we're looking to see if anyone's dead or not. And then we go on our way. It's because Americans like train wrecks.
That's right. Well, I'll be honest with you. I hope he's okay. Like his life's not the same. He misses the game of golf. He knows he can't be competitive. It took away his whole life. Golf was his life.
Well, if golf is your whole life, there's something wrong with you.
Well, it was his whole life from the time he was 3.
That's what separated Nicholas. And what separated Nicholas,
he had a family life with 5 kids. He fainted at his kid's birth.
Bro, his wife Barbara was the equalizer in the whole.
You got to have a good wife.
Yeah,
got to have a good wife, and which I do, and you got to have support, and he didn't have that.
I've been married to the same old lady for over 35 years.
Yeah, I'm going on 49 next year.
She thinks, and you know what? She thinks I'm the biggest idiot on the planet.
No, I know some. They're the two that our wives are our biggest fans.
Oh, I know this. Oh no, listen to this.
Yeah.
Wait, I got one last one here for you. My wife will call me the biggest idiot on the planet, but if anybody else said boo to me, she jumped that guy like a spider monkey.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have some support. He didn't have it. He didn't have it once the divorce thing hit. Period.
Mike, all right. So this story kind of kept it going here a little bit.
I sort of loved it.
I'm like, this is incredible here. Yeah. All right, Mike. Next week, my friend, tell the folks where they can find you.
North to North NORTH, number 2 NORTH. A couple picks up there. I sort of like Duke tonight, minus the 6.5. Who knows anymore? But the tournament's been a lot of fun. So check me out on Twitter. The Bar Room. We just did a couple shows on people that have recently just passed away, and I'll tell you what, it's just Robert Duvall being one of them. So we got a lot of that going on. Plus, I'm on ESPN 1000. We had Texas last night. Tonight, I think I'm looking. The Alabama-Michigan game is going to be interesting because Alabama's lost their main guy. People don't think they need him because they beat Texas Tech so bad, but they may miss their guy tonight playing the Michigan Wolverines. So check it out, folks. And Dan, thank you, buddy.
Always, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right.
Mike. You are a legend. Thank you.
You too, pal. Take care.
You got it. The great Mike North. Appreciate him. By the way, we just got a little report here also that M. Reyes blew. And he blew a Howie Roseman. He blew a 4.0 Howie Roseman. And he was picked up in 21 when he blew at Hurts. that was a 2.0. Hey, what happened to M. Reyes? He got arrested because he blew a Howie. But on. All right. The legendary Philly Godfather is going to join us. We're going to go there next. How you doing? That's right, man. Hey, our great friends at Morgan & Morgan, the number 1 injury law firm in all of America for a reason. And maybe Tiger might want to subscribe to this, get some help here, because my friends at Morgan & Morgan are there. If you've ever been injured on the job, please do me a favor and make sure you check out our great friends. Tell you about the family in Florida that got initially $350K as an offer. They ended up getting nearly $12 million in a settlement. Also, the family in Pennsylvania here, $650K, they got nearly $30 million in settlement. Go to FloridaPeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Love 529. That is FORThePeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Love 529. And do me a favor, You tell him Big Sil sent you.
There's a reason Detective Johnson is the gossip king.
Oh, did you hear? Jackie and Tom
are getting a divorce? Sad.
Well, I heard that Ashley
had work done on her face? Yeah, oof.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
Bathroom? Okay.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Oh, okay.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica, who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand.
Thank you.
We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
I hear you. Tiger Woods arrested again. Whew. Dude, what a rough day. You had a rollover and you get arrested for a DUI. Now, there's a report that he didn't want to do a urinalysis and that he was like, supposedly, he didn't blow an MRAS. And MRAS, can you tell me how that goes and how that rolls? Like when you blow into something like a Howie kind of deal there? You know, how does that work? Yeah. Keep dreaming, Sue. Everyone says that over the years. Keep dreaming, sweetness. Right? Dude, North is amazing. He calls Sills Danny, which I love. Me too. I actually love that. Okay. I'm with you, man. He guy needs I'm trying to get some more details on this. So Jesse Waters just said that Woods has had 3 DUI encounters. It was an accident in Windermere. I remember that in 2009. I was on the air down there. And 2002, he used to live in Windermere, Florida. And in 2021, that rollover in California. Well, I'll tell you this. So I was on the air when this whole thing happened. So get this. So we get a call in the morning show. I was doing in the morning show, and I got a call. They said, Sills, did you hear what happened? and a police officer called my radio show. It's a true story. Dan, Tiger Woods has had a confrontation with his wife out front of his house. This was like around Thanksgiving. I forget what year it was. And I'm like, come again? Tiger's been in an accident. And I'm like, okay. So I started calling around, and sure enough, he was leaving his house. She went after him with a golf club, and she broke his front windshield because she found out finally with all the girls that he had gone to the Perkins restaurants, and he was having sex with these women at all these Perkins restaurants. One right near Windermere, one near Disney. There were a couple of these places. He was going and having sex with all these waitresses at these Perkins restaurants. He was meeting people up, texting them. He was having sex in his car. Okay? And he was just meeting up, and she finally caught on what was going on. She says, this guy's an asshole. How many times you got to put yourself in danger as well as others? What's wrong with this fucking guy? Cost your own? Yes. Oh, it's not. It's not funny. I'm with you. Hey, I'm a Tiger fan, but this is come on now, man. His downfall, so disappointing. It really is. That's why you say he's actually, in a way, underachieved, as great as he was. You mean to tell me you don't think there should have been another 3 major championships on there and another, 15 majors? This guy's nuts, man. What makes you want to drive when you're drunk? I don't even want to talk when I'm drunk. How about this one? I got a rule. Do you want to hear the rule? And Zander can be attest to this here. When I'm in public, I never grab a drink if I'm driving. I will never be videotaped with me holding a drink and me getting in my car and then driving. Someone else is driving me. Never happens. Not me. I can't believe this Tiger Woods story. Tiger Woods, another DUI. I wonder if the legendary Philly Godfather, I wonder if he has odds on the next rollover. And, when Jesus Christ here, hey, you talk about 9 lives? Homie's working on number 7 right now. I can tell you that. All right. We got a lot to hit on here with the legendary Philly Godfather. We got NCAA tournament. We got Major League Baseball. I want to talk a little Eagles with him as well. But without further ado, make sure you get the book here. See, got to put it right there. There it is. Goes on book tours, goes and talks to folks. And what a journey he's been on. He is our friend, the legendary Philly Godfather, joins us right now. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, what's going on, Dan?
What are you making his Tiger story, bro?
I really haven't looked into it. I've been so busy handicapping college basketball, but he's got a history of it. So, history repeats itself, so hopefully he learns from his mistake this time and, gets his shit together. But it's tough when you get to that level and you got all that money and all that fame and you're not playing no more. A lot of athletes need to replace that action somehow. And some turn to drugs, some turn to gambling, some turn to women, some, turn to God. It depends how they occupy their time when, all the spotlight's, leaving them. So I wish him the best, Dan. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you wonder again, like you said. What could have been even more so on what we're watching. I guess sometimes when you're so driven like that too, to replace things like that, to be in the spotlight, and not so much the spotlight, but the greatness that the kid had for so many years. And like you say, when your skill set starts to wade like that, man, I don't know. I'm disappointed because I think there was more there on the vine for him here. All right. So before we get going, I don't want to start with AJ. I want to start with Myles Garrett first. So Myles Garrett restructures his contract, and it benefits the Browns in no way whatsoever. and it gives the Browns an opportunity to move him. Howie really hasn't done anything in this offseason here. Myles Garrett to the Eagles, man. How would that change their look on potentially being a favorite to win the Super Bowl?
I mean, right now, I think they got the 10th best odds to win the Super Bowl. Rams, Seahawks, Bills, Ravens, they're the 4 favorites. Then the Chiefs, which I think the Chiefs are going to have a great year this year. They're going to have they got a solid team. And the 49ers, if they can stay healthy, they can beat anybody. You know, they had so many injuries last year that and they were still able to compete at an elite level. But yeah, it definitely helps the Eagles defense, strong as it is. And if you add Myles Garrett to it, that defensive line becomes basically unstoppable. But again, the issues are on the offensive line, in my opinion, for this Eagles team. They weren't able to create the holes last year for Saquon Barkley. They weren't able to protect Jalen Hurts as well as they did the previous seasons. But yeah, it definitely helps, and it makes them, one of the top 5 teams in the NFL.
Let's go over to have you been entertained? Over 10 million people are watching the NCAA tournament every single night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, it's been absolutely great. I mean, it's just been without a doubt one of the absolutely best tournaments that I can remember. And I'm going to take you to Thursday here. Arizona took out Arkansas, and it was a pretty convincing win. I think that's Calipari's biggest ass beating in a Sweet 16 that he's had as a coach. I mean, Arizona looks awful good. They're now making it to the Elite 8. What's your takeaway on Arizona?
They're tough to beat, and the odds makers have taken notice. Michigan was the odds-on favorite. Now it's flopped to Arizona. Arizona's got the best odds. I think they were like plus 200, followed by Michigan at plus 320. That team's just so physical, and in the paint, they score more points than anyone in college basketball. They rebound well. They're a complete team. This is probably the best Arizona team I've ever seen that I can remember, honestly. And moving forward, it's probably going to be them and Michigan, winning it all, one or the other.
Purdue's really played well. Now, 30-8. They had a great Big Ten championship. They took out a Texas team that maybe overachieved a little bit in what they did to get to the Sweet 16. Purdue moves on to the Elite 8. What do you make of them?
I mean, they survived against Texas, right? So
I too.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. Before the tournament started, you could have grabbed 40-1 on them to win it all. I just don't think they can compete against, Michigan, Arizona. I think St. John's is better. I think Connecticut's better. I think Illinois is better. I think they're going to have a tough time. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely, they definitely got a shot. It's March Madness, and if they're sinking their 3-point shots and they're playing some defense, they can hang around with anybody. But I think those elite teams are just a little bit above them right now.
How surprised I was pretty surprised that it was a 10-point win. Boy, you and I on both the shows, the Sports Grid show on the weekend and here, we've talked about this Illinois team. Man, they can fire it from the perimeter. And, I mean, against a team that had a pretty good backcourt in Kelvin Sampson's Cougars, man, they beat them by 10, 65-55. This Illinois team is getting better and better the more you watch them.
I thought they were good before the season started. I gave them out on your show at 30-1 to win the whole thing. I thought they could go deep during March Madness. They're built for a run during the big dance. The length, the size of this team, they rebound well. Guards are solid. They can shoot from the 3. They got some European basketball players that really play the right style of basketball that I like to watch. And I'm hoping they can do it all. I mean, I was on the Rick Blue show Thursday night, and I said, listen, you're not even going to need the points. Take the 3.5. Bet them on the money line. They're going to beat this Houston team. I told them to bet no on Houston making the Final Four. Last year I was big on Houston, but this year I had them ranked as like the 9th or 10th best team in the country. And I had Illinois ranked like 4 spots higher. So I didn't have a doubt they were going to beat that Houston team, even though that Houston team did have a good defense. And, Kelvin Sampson's a hell of a coach. But this Illinois team is special. And they can actually, if they play at an optimum level and maybe Michigan and Arizona doesn't play as well that day, they can beat those teams.
Absolutely. And, excuse me, this Wagler kid who went for a double-double, 13 and 12, boy, he was really good up and down the floor and shooting the bucket and rebounding here.
Yeah.
I thought Nebraska was going to kind of move on to the Elite 8, but, Iowa, I thought gained some steam down in the South region when they took out Florida and made that three-pointer in the bottom of the corner there, and Florida didn't defend the perimeter. Boy, Iowa does it again. They hit those shots out there. They're good outside and underneath. That's another team that's playing better and better. They got 12 losses on the season, but, they knock off that Nebraska team. You and I talked about it numerous times. I don't really know who they were. They were a 4th seed. But Iowa, they're a surprising team moving on to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, they got great coaching, and Nebraska was up by 10 points early in that game.
Yeah.
And they clawed their way back. And like you said, they beat Florida, and that really surprised a lot of people. But if you look at their losses on the year, I think 4 of them came by 4 points or less. They lost another game by 6 points to Illinois. Then they lost one in overtime to Nebraska, and had beaten Nebraska earlier in the year. So they had, most of the games they lost this year were really close. And if they're hitting, 42, 45% from the 3-point line, and the rebounding, it's a very good rebounding team. They can take some teams out. Again, though, I don't think they're as good as the Michigans, the Arizonas, the St. John's, the UConn, or even Illinois.
Boy, I'll tell you, today's games, man, they look like dynamite basketball games, and I think you're going to see a boatload of ratings here for these games today, and then the Elite Eight games, and then finally the Final Four, and then the national title game. But St. John's and Duke's favored by, I believe, 6.5 in this. 140.5 could be the number, in case that's wobbled or not. But St. John's has had a great run. They sent them all the way to the West. Now they're playing St. John's here. Your opinion here? What do you see come out of this?
I'm going to see some 7s in the market. Patino's hard to beat. I'm not taking nothing away from Duke's coach Scher, but you look at Patino's record, March Madness. He's 12-1 in Sweet 16 games.
Wow.
He's just the man. He's my favorite coach. I think he's the best coach in college basketball. That's not taking away anything from any other coaches. He's just different. And he's been to 23 tournaments. I think he's been to the Elite Eight in 57% of them. So you're not going to trick him. You're not going to do anything on the basketball court that's going to fool this guy. Then you had the fact that Duke's a little vulnerable. They looked vulnerable in 3 of their last 5 games. Florida State game was closed. The Virginia game was closed. They almost lost to Siena in the tournament. On the flip side, they beat TCU by 23 points. But in the first half of that game, they were lucky to be up 4 points before they pulled away in the second half. You look at these numbers. You look at the strength of schedule. St. John's had the tougher strength of schedule, and they really excel at metrics that are weighted in this head-to-head matchup. Turnover per possession, St. John ranks 44th in the nation. I think Duke comes in at like 130th. When you look at opponent turnovers per possession, St. John's ranks, I think, 48th, and Duke ranks 114th. And these metrics are big during the big dance because rebounding and turnovers, if you go to the box score, they really dictate who wins these games. When it gets to get to the foul line, they're 55th in the nation in percentage of points from the free throw line. So that means St. John's will have high quality possessions, higher percentage scoring chances. St. John's also ranks higher than Duke in extra scoring chances per game. So there are some of the metrics, the fluff stuff like the offensive numbers and the shooting percentages are cool, but these are the metrics you really want to look at during March Madness to give you a clearer idea of how this game may play out. And St. John's, ranks higher in almost all of them. I like St. John's here, +7. I would be shocked if they won the game outright. I'm not betting against Pitino, man.
Yeah, no, and I would say this, if I'm not mistaken, is this his 4th team that he's taken in a Sweet 16? He took Providence, he took Louisville, he took Kentucky, and now he's taking St. John's.
I think he took one more. He took Iona, didn't he?
I know this, man. Iona won 20 or more ball games. I think he took Iona to the NIT.
Oh, I thought he took him
I don't believe he took. He may have taken Iona to the Sweet 16.
No, I don't know about the 16. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought he took him to the tournament. I'm not sure.
Man, I'll tell you what, though. Every place he goes, like you said, he's just a monster. And I thought he had an absolutely fabulous tournament so far. And that's in D.C. at Capital One Arena. So that's in the East region.
He went to Greece and won a championship with the Greek team. The guy's unbelievable.
I love that. All right, so let me go to here. And by the way, that's your 7-10 game on CBS. Your 7:35 game is on TBS and True TV. It's Bama and Michigan. Michigan, boy, every single week, you and I have talked this college basketball season on both shows. You know, Michigan has never dipped out of the top three. They have been in that top three the entire time. This Bama team, I know they don't have that one kid who likes to be like the next Pablo Escobar, and his boys. He's out there.
A pound of weed, that's no big
A pound of weed and dough in your. Hey, when the judge asked him, what I loved about it, he goes, "Hey, you had a pound of weed and you had 25 grand in your dorm room." The kid goes like this, "Yeah, that was my nil money." And the judge goes, "You're spending your nil on weed?" And anyway, so yeah, they don't have that kid in there, but Bama still, man, they got a lot of players on that team, and it's Michigan's favored by 9.5. They're the favorite in this thing. Who do you like here?
I think Michigan's too much for them. -9, I think it's the right side. I mean,
You
Bama,
think they cover?
Yeah, I think they cover the -9. Bama kind of lives from 3-point line.
Yep.
I think 63% of the points against Texas Tech came from the 3-point line. I think they made like 19 3-pointers against Tech for 57 out of the 90 points. So that's not going to happen here. Michigan's got one of the better, perimeter defenses. I think they rank like 30th in opponent 3-point defense, and arguably, the best of any team in the tournament. Left in the tournament, might be a couple of teams slightly ranked higher than it, but this Michigan team on the offensive side, on the defensive side, it's the most complete team that I think in college basketball. When you look at top 50 opponents, Michigan won 17-3 against them. Alabama went 11-8. And as good as this Bama offense is on paper, Michigan actually ranks higher in overall offensive efficiency. The biggest disparity between these two teams is the defense. It's no secret. Alabama's defense isn't the best. They come in like 220th in the nation in defensive efficiency. To be honest, if Alabama ain't making their 3-point shots, this game could get ugly. Michigan -9 is probably the right side. If Michigan wins by 20, it won't surprise me. But I think Michigan's just too good for this team.
Man, I could not wait to hear your take on this one here. Michigan State, Tom Izzo. Listen to this record with Izzo. 28 consecutive tournament appearances. His 17th Sweet 16. He's 27-7. I mean, this guy, he may not be John Wooden, but dude, I mean, the consistent 30 years of getting to the tournament in a row, and 17 of those have been Sweet 16 appearances. Then on the other hand, my favorite coach in the game today, and I'm agreeing with you. I like Pitino too, but man, I love Dan Hurley. This guy doesn't care who he's hollering at. Referees, people in the stands, his own players. This guy gets after people's asses, man. They're not UConn of a couple years ago. This is also in D.C. He's 31-5. They have a runner-up in the Big East, too, St. John's. Boy, man, if you want a shoulder pads game and you want to put a mouthpiece in, this is your ball game right here. UConn is, I believe, they're favored by 2.5 in this ball game. Yeah. What do you like in this game?
Tough game to call, man. Tough game to handicap. All year I've had UConn ranked 10th, Michigan State ranked 11th in the nation. Connecticut has, 10 wins versus top 50 teams. I think Michigan State has 11. Michigan State has had the slightly tougher strength of schedule, but UConn has 3 more wins on the season. On offense, Michigan State's the better 3-point shooting team. On defense, UConn defends the 3-point line much better. I haven't bet the game yet, but Michigan State is the better rebounding team, and they're much better from the foul line. It kind of, plus 2.5, the game gets to 3. I'll probably look to bet Michigan. The only thing that worries me about betting Michigan State, I'm betting Michigan State here +3. The only thing that worries about betting Michigan State here is they turn the ball over a lot. They're ranked 222nd in the nation in turnovers per possession. And UConn's not much better, but that scares me a little bit if you're looking to take +3 on the dog here. And on the defensive side, the Spartans, they really don't create too many turnovers. They're ranked 300th in the nation in that metric, while that UConn defense is pretty strong. This is as close as a coin flip as you can get. There's both great coaches, like you said. If it gets to 3, I'll probably look to take Michigan State +3 on a coin flip. I've talked about it before. Anytime a game I think is a coin flip, I'll take the dog every time. And this is as close as a coin flip you can get. So give me Michigan State when it gets to 3 +3.
Are you taking them because of their defense?
They're the better three-point shooting team. They're better from the foul line. This is a close line. This point spread is basically telling you it's as close as it can get. So down the stretch, if UConn can't make their foul shots and Michigan State is down 2 or 3 points, it's big. You see it all the time. Teams come back when the opposing teams can't, make their free throws late in these March Madness games. So they're 2 of the reasons why I kind of like Michigan. And they're a better rebounding team as well.
The nightcapper at 10-10. Wow. Tennessee, Iowa State. Iowa State has been another one of those teams in the top 7.
Yeah.
They've been right there. Tennessee kind of has been, another one of those teams, kind of like Texas, that really played well once they were in tournament play, and then they got into the NC2A tournament and started playing better. Iowa State, one of those, you've been saying, I asked you a couple times, do you think this team can win a national title? And you said, yeah, they can get there depending on who they're going to be matched up against. What do you like in this one? I believe it's only 3.5. Boy, that's a lot. I mean, that's not as many points as I thought it would be. Give me your takeaway on this one here.
Yeah, I see it anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 in the market, really depending on which sports book you look at. On paper, Iowa State ranks 10 spots higher than Tennessee in power rankings. Joshua Jefferson, he's banged up for Iowa State. Will he play? If so, how healthy will he be? He's, maybe the best, maybe the second best player on the team. If you look at Iowa State's last opponent, Kentucky, the Cyclones smoked them by almost 20 points. They looked really impressive, and they covered the Vegas number. But the Kentucky Wildcats team, they weren't a strong rebounding team this season. I think they were ranked 75th in the nation in rebounding percentage. They had issues with turnovers all season. And if you look at the box score, they turned the ball over 20 times, which led to 25 points for Iowa State. Kentucky's defense, wasn't great either. I think they're ranked 170th in the nation in points allowed per game. Now they got now Iowa State's got to play a Tennessee team that has one of the better defenses in college basketball. They allow on average 69 points per game. They give up 69 points per game. I think the Volunteers were ranked number 2 overall in rebounding percentage, only behind Florida. And that's big in these type of games. Tennessee defends the 3-point line well, and I think they got the best perimeter defense of any team left, in the tournament here. So if you're giving me 4.5 points, man, this game's close. The only thing that scares me is Tennessee doesn't shoot well from the foul line. I think they're ranked 286th in the country. Scary. I kind of like Tennessee plus the points a little bit, man. Even though I think Iowa State doesn't win the game, if I see a 5 pop up, I'll definitely be on Tennessee at 4.5. I like Tennessee here plus 4.5. I think they can hang around with Iowa State, even though I think Iowa State gets the W at the end of the day.
I want to do a couple baseball questions with you here. Phillies over under 95 wins.
I know that's under. That's a lot of wins, Dan. That's a lot of wins. I don't even know if they're going to win the NL East.
No way. You think the Mets?
I mean, the Mets starting pitching is the best in the East. The Braves. I mean, the Phillies got a great bullpen, right? Their starters, Wheeler. What's going to happen with Wheeler? You got Sanchez. You got what's the other kid's name? I forget the other kid's name. The bats, you still got Trey Turner. You still got Bryce Harper. And you still got the home run king over there. But yeah, they're getting older. And in the playoffs, they don't show up. They can't score runs in the playoffs. I think they go under 95 wins. I'm not even sure they win the division, to tell you the truth.
So hang on here now. So, okay, you don't believe that they have the arms or the bats to be able, like you said, Sanchez, Bolin, those dudes and Pop, you don't think they need more, right?
I think they need more in pitching, man. Starting pitching. The bullpen's great. I mean, who's got a better bullpen than the Phillies? But again, it's an older team. They've been there a few times. They haven't gotten it done. It's tough. Their outfield defense got better. They added that kid. What's his name? Garcia. They got that rookie Crawford. Is that his name? He's out there.
Justin Crawford.
They got a lot of experience, in the postseason. But can they get there? I mean, the Mets are much better. The Braves' offense it's vicious. It's a long season. It depends on how healthy the Mets and the Braves, stay during the year, and if the Phillies can stay healthy. It's gonna be a lot tougher this year than it was last year. Years before that.
Over under Harper hits 27 home runs. Over under on 27.
It seems light, doesn't it? But he is getting older. Can he stay healthy? I hope he hits more, but I think it's under. To tell you the truth, I think it's under.
He hit 27 last year. He hit 30 the year before, 21 the year before that, and 18 the year before that.
I think it goes under. I think it goes
under 27. All right, Schwarber, over or under 29 homers?
He's awesome, man. Just bet the over. I don't know. I'm not betting against him.
Dude, that guy's numbers. I mean, I've never seen a guy in my life that the strikeouts 190, 200, 215, 200. This guy's all or nothing. Here's the home runs: 56, 38, 47, 46, 32. The only reason I put 29 on that is, I mean, this dude's got 341 home runs, and the majority of his damage has been in Philly. Since he's been a Philly, 46, 47, 38, and 56.
Wow.
Dude, that guy puts it up and down, bro.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Man, oh man. I mean, right? I mean, okay, Shohei Ohtani or Juan Soto, in your opinion, for the National League MVP?
How do you bet against Ohtani? He might be the greatest baseball player we've ever seen in our lives. I don't know what the odds are. It's all about the price to me. If Shohei's a big favorite and Soto is a big dog, I might look to bet Soto, but I don't know. It's close.
So, okay, American League. Is it Aaron Judge? Is it Aaron Judge's MVP to win?
You got that kid Witt. You got the kid on the Orioles. What's his name? Raleigh. Yeah, I mean, he's the odds-on favorite probably at the sports books. But then you got Bobby Witt and you got the other kid from the Orioles. They're right there with him. He's the favorite. I haven't bet it yet. I hate giving out stuff I haven't bet. And I really haven't researched it that much, but I'd have to say he's the odds-on favorite, Chuck.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I can't wait to see what the Dodgers end up doing this year too. Are you betting the Dodgers to win the World Series, or do you take the field? Dodgers or the field?
No, I take the field. There was a cool stat I read. In the last 40 years, 15 teams had odds less than plus 300 to win the World Series before the season started. And I think the Dodgers are at like plus 220 right now. And only 3 of them did it in the last, So, they're loaded. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again, but I'd bet against it. I bet the field. I like the Mariners this year. I took them at 12-1 to win the whole thing. In the AL side, the Red Sox are going to be much better. They got great pitching. Boston does. I like the Cubs a little bit, plus 1,800. I took them to win the World Series. They're going to be much improved. They faded late last year, but they started off really hot. The other teams that I actually put some money on. Nothing big, some baby peanuts, but what else? I bet Kansas City Royals over 82.5 wins. I think they're going to be much improved. They got a shot to win the division, even though the Detroit Tigers probably do. But KC's going to be right there with them. What else do I like?
You think the Rays could win over 80?
The Rays?
Yeah.
That's a tough division, man. Boston got better. Yankees are good.
Orioles got better.
It's right there. I don't think there's no value. Whether you go over 80 wins or under 80 wins. So I wouldn't make a wager on that. I bet the under 88, 87 wins. Was it for the Diamondbacks? It's a tough division as well. So, yeah.
What's the Padres?
I think they underperformed this year. The Padres are like the Chargers. Every time, it's a sexy play. You always want to bet them, and they look good for the season start, and then things just fall apart slowly, and you're like, why do I keep betting on these San Diego teams?
Hey, I got to tell you a quick Tiger Woods story. So, J.J. Redick used to play for the Orlando Magic, right? Yeah. And he wanted to get into broadcasting way back then. So he started calling my show up because I was friends with Doc Rivers. Doc was his coach and all that. Doc said, I want you to start putting J.J. Redick on, the current Laker head coach. Anyway, so I started putting him on. Finally, he calls me. We start to become friends. I'm friends with J.J. Redick. So we start becoming friends. He lives down there in Orlando, one of the, like, Windermere. He lives in Windermere, actually. And he goes, I want you to do me a favor. Meet me over this place called the Blue Martini. It's like a really nice club and all this and that. He goes, by the way, okay, just remember, don't tell anybody you're going, and tell everybody you're going to the Blue Martini. I mean, don't tell anybody you're going to Blue Martini. I said, all right, I'll meet you there. So I show up, and I see JJ. JJ goes like this. It's up in the VIP section. He goes like this. Come here. It's a really nice bar. He goes, now listen, don't wig out. I go, okay. I go up there, and there's Spud Webb. And I'm like, hey, man, I mean, listen to the crew it is. I'm shaking. I go, Spud, how you doing, man? Thanks for inviting me to this. And there's J.J. Redick and Spud Webb. All of a sudden, he goes, now listen, don't freak out. Tiger walks over. And Tiger comes over. He's got 7 security guards. And get this, all these chicks are around him. And he's doing this. No pictures. No pictures. And I'm going like, wait a second here. I'm here. I'm with Spud Webb, J.J. Redick, and Tiger. Who doesn't fit? I don't know. Spud, me, Tiger. I mean, I'm in this bar with these 3 guys. It's one of the stories I tell. I went on here.
Spud's like 5'8", right?
Dude, I can't believe that guy could slam dunk a basketball.
He won a contest. Did he win
a slam dunk contest.
I think he had like almost a 50-inch vertical. He had some insane vertical.
I can't. 5'8" is friendly. You're being nice to him. I mean, this guy was like, he needed a Tokyo phone book to look everyone in the eye. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I go, there's your slam dunk champion. Unbelievable. I'm standing there and Tiger. We start talking, and
sounds like a version of the Expendables.
Out of nowhere, he comes walking towards me and he goes, oh, I hear you. You're the guy that rips everybody. I go, I do not. Even back then, he goes, I don't rip everybody. He goes, I don't know, man. I go, well, and JJ goes, he's an equal opportunity offender. And I start going, I don't rip. It just sounds that way to people. Anyway, my friend, tell the good folks during this great time where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on X. Used to be Twitter, @PhillyGodfather. Give out a bunch of free winners all the time. You go to the website, thephillygodfather.com. If you're looking for a sports betting membership, I give out so much free stuff. I mean, you don't really need it. We win so much on your show, on Twitter, on all the other shows we do. But, if you want to take it seriously and make some serious money betting sports, sign up. It's $3 a day. You can't beat it.
And the book. Make sure, right?
Yeah, you can go to Philly.
Where's your next stop?
We'll be speaking at Lafayette College in May. And then we have a book signing at Stables in Chester Springs, PA. It's a beer garden brewery. It's a big place, beautiful place on Cinco de Mayo. So if you want to have some fun, stop by. I'll tell you a bunch of great stories. Some stories I can't, I'll only tell you.
I could just see you celebrating Cinco de Mayo in Yuma.
Oh my God. I got flashbacks. Oh my God.
Every time you bring Yuma in Cinco de Mayo, I see, why do I see tequila in the worm?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We used to have the moonshine they used to make. The holidays were the worst because, during Thanksgiving, they didn't give us turkey. They had ostrich. So we would eat ostrich with like grape juice instead of turkey and wine. And it was rough down there. But if you want to pick up a copy of the book, phillybooked.com, I'll send you out an autographed copy. take about 3 to 7 business days. If you can't wait, go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, ship the order. It'll ship out the next day, but it won't be signed. So.
I love it, man. You had a Thanksgiving like you were an Iranian.
It's crazy. And the bones were like, I'm like, this ain't a turkey. What are we even eating? You know? Like, this don't make any sense. There wasn't much meat on the bones. It was ugly, man.
Now that's a leg. My friend, I will see you later, man. Thank you so much, man. That's my friend, Philly Godfather. Don't forget also my great friends at Morgan & Morgan, the #1 injury law firm in all of America for a reason. It is because they win. Friends, do me a favor, please. This family-owned and family-run business, if you're ever hurt on the job, go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound love 529. That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound love 529. And do me a favor. You tell them Big Sil sent you.
There's a reason Detective Johnson is the gossip king.
Oh, did you hear? Jackie and Tom
are getting a divorce. Sad.
Well, I heard that Ashley
had work done on her face. Yeah, oof.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
Bathroom? Okay.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Oh, okay.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand.
Thank you.
We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
At the end of the day, I'm just glad Tiger's okay. You know? All right. Guys, it should be awesome. We're getting closer and closer to the NFL draft. Your NCAA is going on, Major League Baseball as well. And we shall see what this Myles Garrett thing is and how serious it becomes next week. So we appreciate you. Do me a favor. Please hit the like button on the way out. And we'll catch you on the flip side.